Well, a very good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Flight Deck to Sim live stream today. It is the 16th of April 2022. It's 25 minutes past 3 in the afternoon. We're back in X-Plane 11, back in the excellent ZIBO Mod 737. We are flying from Athens. No, we're not. We're flying from Vienna to Athens. Today, it is the Virtual Airline Collective Event Planning Group's first ever event. It's a number of virtual airlines in flight simulators who have organised this on behalf of all of the virtual airlines, and VATSIM organised this group here, and it's an Athens Fly-In. Basically, we're coming into Athens in Greece from several directions. As voted by you, we are departing from Vienna, flight time around an hour 55 minutes. We have everything set up. I've got the yoke cam ready to go. Here we are. Look, I've got all farmer today. I've got all my farmer's shirt. And we've got yoke cam, we've got performance all done. We're going to have checklists to be as realistically as possible. Streaming today because I'm coming up to a 5-day block now. I'm flying every 5 days. Work's really picking up now. So if I didn't stream today, I wouldn't have had another chance to stream for another week or so. So very much looking forward to it. ZIBO, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of people have messaged me saying, where's ZIBO? What's he up to? He's been really busy. In fact, we are in the latest public version, 352.3. He did send me over 352.4. I didn't have time to test it, so 352.3 is pretty stable, so I thought we'd just play it safe today, and we'll go on that version. Here we are anyway, in Vienna. We got this beautiful Gaia simulation scenery with Ortho 4XP for the entire sector. The sun should be setting by the time we get into Athens, but I can imagine there's going to be quite a lot of traffic there today with 5 or 6 departure airports, so this event is going to be very interesting indeed. Anyway, let's zoom on in towards the aircraft. What we've got here, we've got the Introvert Flight Simulator. Hello from Nepal, hope you're doing well, buddy. 2 tons flying so fast, the captain has gone to play. Yeah, I need to slow down. Yay, Jack Camp today. Yes, Jack's around. He's in the lounge at the moment. No doubt he'll make an appearance there. A farming simulator when... Oh my goodness, I've never seen it. I need to do everything on the other channel. Just had no time whatsoever. Commander Jenna Ho for Andy. Lots of are you lost emojis? Yes, I was a little short of my starting point here. Ikri 0002, if you're doing well, give me a ping if you want to divert to Malta, of course, and we'll man up Tau for you. Thank you very much. Our alternate is Scaffos today. We're going to take quite a bit of extra fuel. I can't be too late though, because I've got a very early start tomorrow morning, so we might have to divert after about 45 minutes or so if I don't have any choice to get into Athens. Anyway, we are in the alternative Alpaca Airways liveries. This is from one of the older members. I think he left for a while back now. Icefire. We've got a bit ultra modern on this ZIBO mod, so we've got the MPS scales, we've got the ISFD, we've got the Collins MCP, sort of representing one of the last NGs of the factory before they switched production to the Mac. So a little bit different today. So yeah, looking forward to it. Brandon, title says real 737 pilot, so is he a real pilot? Well, it's debatable. Nathan, I'm also doing this route. I suspect it's going to be very busy. There's a lot of traffic here as well. I mean, there's already an Alpaca Airways aircraft next to me, but looking on the VATSIM map just before the start of the stream, I saw at least 20 aircraft here, so it's going to be, yeah, quite manic, and I think it's just town approach here. Ethan Ribbons, thank you very much for becoming a member at the start of the stream there. Hope you're doing well. Thank you very much for the support. Members only Discord for you. You get invited to our custom... you get invited to our members only Discord. You get a custom emoji chat as well. Jack's just walked in. If you guys would like to see him very quickly, I'll just get him to jump up on my lap. Come on then. Up you get then. Up, up. Here he is. Let me try and get him in view without my ugly mug. There we are. Alright, here he is. There you go. What's this about? He's kind of half stretching. No, he's not interested. Come on then. Up you get. Up. No. Come on then. It's a bit difficult for him to get up in this position, unfortunately, because he's like half under the desk. But come on in. Up. Up. This way. Here. Bless you. Come on then. Up. No, he just wants to go on his bed, guys. Sorry. I'll try and persuade him to jump up a little bit sooner. Oh, he's half there now. He's like half looking at me as well. But we best get the show on the road then. Come on then. On your bed. Lay down. Good boy. Oh, you've got half the headphone cables and controller cables all over the place there. Franz Players 2347 just said dog. Love it. Right, anyway, let's get on board the aircraft. I imagine we are coming through this tunnel with a very darkened glass. That's actually quite cool. Yeah, the Gaia Simulations scenery is really nice with Vienna. I've had it for a while. I think this is the way of the aircraft. There we are. Into the cockpit. Ah, yeah. Ultra realistic and ultra smooth as possible. Right, so completely cold and dark. Let's get the show on the road. So batteries on, GPU's on the bus. Electric hydraulic pumps are on as well. Landing gear lever 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 green lights. Then check all the aircraft documentation to make sure it's all up to date. So emergency exit lights I've armed. We'll test the attend button. Let's have a little look at our operational flight plan, which is over here. There's our performance, which we'll look at later. So for this OFP, it's lovely in Greece, a bit windy actually in Vienna, but if I was flying this sector for real without expecting the delays we'll expect with the VATSIM event today, I'd just take 8.3 tons. But today, well, for me, I sort of need to be finished streaming by 6:30, 7 at the latest, so I would whack on an hour's worth of extra fuel and use it to get in, but we're going to take about 2 tons. That's about 45 minutes of fuel. If we get to the point where I'm time constrained because I want to be in bed by 8:30 really for work tomorrow, or the fact that we will divert once we've used all that fuel. I'd get you on the ground one way or other, but it's probably like we will divert if there's significant delays. What we'll do, we'll just put 2 tons of fuel extra, so that'll be 8 to 10 to, and that gives us enough to hold for 45 minutes and divert to Skiathos, our alternate. So 10 to on the fuel. Fuel payload 10 to. And we're going to take 174 passengers today. And that's entered. We'll call for the fuel truck as well.
Flight deck hose is connected and starting refueling.
There we are, it's on its way. Again, guys, do bear with me because sometimes my chat is just very delayed. Last few streams it's just been slow. There we are, I've just refreshed the page. Jack Yay, at J20, hope you're doing, says woof as well. Gosh, it must be getting late for you over in Australia. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Don't forget to start the checklist, Patrick. I've already done it. It started before we've done all the tests. I made sure that's the case. We complete the checklist items there. Lizard Doggo, which sim brief preset to use? You want to select RYR, which is sort of a Ryanair, and that'll have all the things you do need. Raycon, don't divert, just dive. Well, we don't want any priority. We'll get you into Athens if we can, but otherwise we will have to go to Skiathos. Domino Mosina, humans first, they want you to jump on them, and then 3 seconds later they say back to your bed. That's exactly what he's thinking, no doubt. Absolutely brilliant there. Pedro, hey Captain, good evening. How are you doing? Very well, thank you very much. Thank you to whoever that was that subscribed. I have no idea who it was. I think Nightbot's being a bit slow today, but I can't see it here in chat. Excellent, right, let's do the fault and fire test. So, working our way down here. Let's do the squibs. That's all good. Fault AP detector in op, blast caution overheat detector. Remember last time in the ZIBO mod we had the engine fire stream, which was pretty exciting, but hopefully no problems today. Fault and fire test complete. Won't put the seatbelt sign on just yet because we're still refueling. All looking good here. Flaps are up. Things need to be in the required position. Let's do a quick check of the takeoff configuration warning horn, which is all good. Stab trim canal switches are normal. Cargo fire tests are what is completed. Transponder 2000 standby. Rudder end on trim is 3 and 0. Gear extension door is closed. Circuit breakers are in. Stall warning test. Wait a little bit longer for that. Flight recorder test. And airspeed warning test. VHF 3, we'll just leave it as it is, we're not using it today. IRS to nav, alignment's going to be 8 minutes, and all all the circuit breakers are in on the captain's side. We check the tech log, all the safety equipment's on board as well, and now we can start boarding. There we go. Andrew, are you keeping an eye on the PMDG news? Yes, everyone has been... I've got emails, messages, tweets. When you get PMDG, I'll be getting it the same time as you guys do. I'm not involved with the beta or testing or anything like that. You know, very excited to obviously try it out. I promise you, as soon as it comes out and I get a full day, we'll do a sort of a very long stream. I've got a sort of an idea of what I'd like to do with it. Sort of first thing, a simple flight from A to B, and then we'll do some sort of in-depth testing of the system, some non-precision approaches, some single engine handling, general handling, see how she fares. But yeah, very exciting indeed. Very exciting indeed as well. Petrich, what does squib even mean? So we have 3 extinguisher bottles on the 737, 2 bottles for an engine, which you can either use on 2 engines. You don't ever want to use it on both engines because you're having a bad day, and then 1 bottle for the APU. And what this test does, it just checks the continuity circuit to make sure it's working. If a green light doesn't come on when we do that test, it's a fault, and we'd have to check the MEL to see what would need to be rectified. But one thing that needs to be updated with the mod, when we were doing it the other day with the fire drill, when I pulled it and rotated to get a bottle, the green light illuminated. That's not how it works. It's just the only time this illuminates is when you're doing this test. That's what that is. And they're called squibs. Those little round, they're called little round bottles. If you type in Google 737 squib, you'll see where they are in the wheel well, which is pretty cool. Excellent. No, bound by NDA. I swear to you, swear on my life, nothing. I know nothing about it. Absolutely nothing at all. Yeah, interesting with what they're doing. The 800 version apparently will be about 3 months' time, and yeah, so they're launching with the 700, and then if you want to get the 800 at a later date, you have to buy it or something. So yeah, clever marketing really, because everyone's going to want the 800, the most common variant. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I haven't announced pricing yet or anything like that. But yeah, I have flown a 700, believe it or not, so it is pretty much identical to the 800. Slightly different air conditioning system, just 1 recirc fan, no tail skid. It's a little bit nippier than the 800 as well. Right, we'll have plenty of time to talk about the PMDG on the way, but we've done all our tests here. Let's grab some weather in the ATIS. We have ATC-wise here at the moment. We've got ground tower and approach online, which is pretty cool, and the ATIS as well. Let's grab the weather right now.
Scattered 4,200 feet. Broken 5,000 feet. Temperature 9. Dew point -1 QNH 1026. NOZIG. Advise on initial contact. You have information India.
So information India. QNH is 1026.
This is Feeds Chat information India. At time 1420 Zulu. Arrival runway 34, departure runway 29 and 34, traffic via Dama Blue with Coxer Lane, leave expect runway 34. Transition level 110, wind 340 degrees 19 knots.
Windy.
Visibility more than 10 kilometers, clouds. Few at 4,000 feet. Scattered 4,200 feet. Broken 5,000 feet. Temperature 9, dew point -1 QNH 1026, NOZIG. Advise on initial contact. You have information India.
Right, we've copied information India. There was a whole blurb at one point about something or other. I'm having a look here. It says traffic via Adama, Baywood, Coxer, expect runway 34. So I think that's what it's just saying for arrival traffic there. So for us, I should think we'll get runway 29 where we are positioned. We'll obviously confirm that with ATC when we get the clearance. Paul Emerson, I like that version of the alpaca livery. Yeah, this is the one from Icefire, one of the old members. And you can find it if you want to download that, guys. Use the command !livery.
Ground flight deck fuel is all loaded up and you are good to go.
So we've got 10.2 tons on board. We can put the seatbelt sign on. We've got the latest weather conditions. QNH is 1026, and the MFRA, this is from the real Boeing OPT performance app for runway 29 via Alpha 3, is 1786. Now this runway has a special engine out SID, so if you have an engine failure after V1, you can't just climb straight ahead because of terrain, so I'll put that in the FMS shortly once I've loaded it. But we've got QNH 1026, MFRA is 1786, the aerodrome elevation is 600 feet, we've got 610 on the altimeter, so that's looking good. And we can now load up the FMC. don't you think that the level up 7.3 is more realistic when it comes to takeoff rotation, deadband, general handling and thrust settings as compared to the ZIBO? Not at the moment, Moody. In fact, the exact opposite. Great aircraft. The devs have made a great effort on the other variants, but the flight model is not right. Very draggy, too much thrust required on the ground, and all the controls are very delayed and sluggish. It feels like, you know, the aircraft rolls and around all the axes at half the rate it should do in the level up. If you look on my YouTube channel, the last time we streamed level up, I've only streamed it twice. Did a dedicated level up stream when they released it, and then I did a direct comparison to the ZIBO mod, 2 sectors. We flew 1 sector in the ZIBO mod from Blackpool, I think it was, to Bremen, and then we did the return sector in the level up, or vice versa, the ZIBO mod. I can't remember which order we did it, and I could give a sort of direct comparison. It's great, and it needs an update for sure, but in time, right now it's a little sluggish, cool. Lima Oscar Whiskey, GPS left coordinates will pop in. We're routing to Athens, Lima Golf Alpha Victor. Call sign today is Alpaca 16 Victor Golf, and we'll be departing most likely off runway 29, but we'll get our clearance shortly to confirm. It's an Wookie 1 Charlie. It's quite a cool sit actually. We might have to just delay flap retraction because there are speed restrictions on this SID which need to be complied with. So there we are. The SID's in Wookie 1 Charlie, and that takes us to Arsin. We're then going to go direct to Nalox. Now remember, I think this is the case. No, it might be the next waypoint. Babbitt. When you get 2 waypoints of the same name in the database, it'll put them in distance from you. So if you're unsure of which one it is, for example, here you can see, look, this one's west of the meridian, so it's very unlikely to be the bottom one. But if you're really not sure, if you go into your flight plan, find the waypoint, Babbitt in this case, you can get the coordinates that way. So there you are, Babbitt, north 45, 55, 9, east 018557, so you know it's the top one. But generally speaking, it's the one that's going to be closest to you, but you can have it on certain routes where it's not that case. Tadam is the next waypoint. Again, you can see there's 2, but this one's looking at the southern hemisphere, so it can't be that one. So there's Tadam, direct Redford. Now, not many airways on this sector, but that's quite common in southern Europe now. Certain parts of the world, well, some parts of southern Europe, they just have no airways at all. I think all of, I can't remember which eastern country it is, but they don't actually have any airways. 616 Kogat, direct to Talas. And up Mike 749 to Ropox. Then the Ropox 1 Charlie, we're expecting. Ropox 1 Charlie. Let's go for ILS Zulu 03 left via the Gulf November beacon. There we are, that's executed. We'll just do a quick gross error check on that flight plan. Distance I have is 767. And we have here 780. Sounds good, it's only 13 miles difference. There'll be a slight difference in the arrival perhaps, but you're looking for gross errors in that case there. Cool. Didn't American 965 crash into a mountain by collecting a waypoint they thought was close or something? Brandon M, you're absolutely correct. They tried to route to a waypoint, I think it was called Alpha, the Alpha waypoint or something like that. It was literally just 1 letter, and they mistyped it in the FMC and executed it, and then it was the wrong waypoint. The aircraft started turning, they were already in a valley. Lost situational awareness, and then poof, it was a 7.5, hit the side of the mountain. They did the terrain escape manoeuvre, but they found to have not retracted the speed brake, and they think had they retracted the speed brake they could have gotten away with it. But yeah, that was something a lot was learned from that incident there. Luca will be in Arsin 1 Charlie, and then UWiki is the noise abatement procedure only active from 2100. Okay, thanks for the heads up then. I will change that to an Arsin 1 Charlie now. There's no speed restriction on this SID, so thanks for the heads up on that. SID 1 Charlie, there we go. I'll change that over. In fact, it might be, if we've got a little bit of a gap here with ATC, a good time to get the clearance. Ground is active. Is there clearance? There isn't.
Remember, start and push is approved.
Sounds busy.
Start and push is approved. VGMA 6 November.
Vienna ground, hello. It's Alpaca 16 Victor Golf. We're on stand Foxtrot 32. Information India 1026. Departure clearance to Athens, please.
Alpaca 16 Victor Golf, being ground member.
So just on standby.
Austrian 801 type 777-200 knots stand Delta 28 request for clearance to Athens. And we've India.
5820 fuel weights, reserves.
Being ground, good day, stand by.
For our alternate, it is 2.9 tons to Skiathos. Austin X30, cruising at 37,000 feet. And that's on the overhead panel.
Alpaca 87 Golf, ready to copy your clearance.
Top climb wind, 309.90.
Alpaca 87 Golf, you are cleared to Athens, Arzin 1 Charlie departure.
Legs, route data, average wind 254.37. Ooh. Oh yeah, I know why that's happened. Because we put a new signal.
Okay, 87 Golf is cleared to Athens, CG, Austin 1 Charlie
Thank you,
departure,
sir.
initial climb 5,000 feet, squawk in 4641.
Alpaca 87 Golf, feedback is correct. Alpaca 53 X-ray Yankee, continue now, exit 2 and
Average
Mike,
winds in.
Tower 119 bye-bye.
Dave, thanks 22 miles, buddy.
Exit 2 and Mike.
Happy Passover, Captain. Hopefully the weather across the English Channel is as good as it is in the Netherlands. Set the sun for 1.5 hours. It's been a beautiful morning. I went shooting this morning. I did rubbish. I went shooting with one of my friends, and I missed so many clays today. I'm a little bit angry. That's what I did this morning. It's been lovely in the sun. Happy Easter, everyone, as well. Completely forgot to mention that. So sorry. I'll be flying on Easter Sunday and Bank Holiday Monday.
5, being ground servos, taxi to
Why don't you use Track Eye? I'm planning to get it. A lot of the members pitched in and donated some money for my birthday, so I want to get Track Eye.
Ryanair 1 Quebec, stand Charlie 38, request pushback outside.
So we're just waiting for the clearance
Ryanair
still.
1 Quebec Papa, start and push is approved, face east.
Let's have a look at the performance.
Facing east, Ryanair 1 Quebec Papa.
Alpaca 16
Alpaca Micro clearance, land Delta 24, request departure clearance to Athens, information India QNH 1026.
Alpaca 16 Victor Golf, ready to copy your clearance.
Ready to copy.
Alpaca 16 Victor Golf, is cleared Athens, Arzin 1 Charlie departure, initial climb 5,000, squawk 4620.
Cleared to Athens on the Arsid 1 Charlie departure, 5,000 feet, squawk 4620, Alpaca 16 Victor Golf.
Alpaca 16 Victor Golf, feedback is correct.
Perfect, awesome. So we've got our clearance, we'll just turn that down there so they can carry on without us getting disrupted. Thank you for whoever that was, Oscar Castor and Luca Zabludi for the heads up on the clearance. It was indeed the Arsin 1 Charlie, which is in the FMC, and it's climbed to 5,000 feet. Which is now set on the MCP. Just turn up the lighting here, and the squawk was 4620. Let's have a look at the performance then for departure. So this is from the real OPT. Unfortunately, you don't have access to it. I must apologise. Very fortunate that I just used my operators to take a screenshot and upload it prior to the stream. That's why I was a slight delay to the start of the stream. Look, I only took the screenshot 2 minutes before, quickly uploaded it from my work iPad to my PC. But we've got the latest weather in here. It's pretty much, well, it is identical because it was just from the META. All the weather's in. Runway 29 via Alpha 3 intersection. Optimum flap 5, air condition auto, anti-ice is off. And it's saying full 22k for departure, 90.8. So 22k, it says 91.5. That is because we don't have any duct pressure. We put the AP bleed on, that will reduce to 90.8 for our thrust setting, and that is all hunky-dory. Flap 5, CG is 19.8%, trim 6.25 units. Which is set. V speeds are 42, 43, 49. They match the OPT precisely. 149 set on the MCP. So performance is done. Let's do a quick panel scan on the overhead panel. Yaw dampers on. Nav transfer display switch is normal auto. They're all guard. Fuel crossfeed. Bright. Dim. Bright. Off. We have 10.2 tons. We've got the centre tank pumps on as well. Cam utility. IFE. Passenger seats on. IDG switch is disconnected. We'll get the APU up and running now because we'll be pushing and start shortly. Window heat can come on, probe heat off, anti-ice off. We've got the forward entry door on for boarding, voice recorders on, trim air's on, packs auto. 370, I think the elevation is 300 feet in Athens. The lights got steady on there. Right, MCP, flight directors are on. That's all ready set for our departure. I did that prior to the stream, we'll brief it in a second. Auto brake to RTO, reset the fuel flow. Let's bring up legs over on Jim's side, and the nav aids are all set. We've got our swirl and clearance there. This has been routing not updated yet. Oh, damn it. I knew when I was doing Nightbot earlier that I forgot to do something. Give me 2 secs because I can change that right now. My apologies for the routing. The routing, if you are joining, by the way, on the sector, if you've missed the events page, they've got a specific routing that they want you to fly, so please make sure you file that. I am updating that as we speak here in the background. Sebastian, what would happen if you didn't set up all this stuff? What's that? What are you talking about, Sebastian? The FMC or the performance? Basically, you have to have it all set up for really the safe operation of the flight. A bit of a vague question, I guess, but might have been something a little bit more specific. Right, routing, yes. My apologies. Let me just update Nightbot now. And the new routes, which I just followed from my flight plan. Flight level 370. It's our expected cruise level. Flight time will be around 1 hour 55 minutes. So Nightbot is now updated. I think I've managed to remember to do everything else there. That's all looking good. Definitely what can you do, eh? Wilson, does the trim get set as you spin the wheel or when there is hydraulic pressure from the engines? Yes, so Wilson, on the 737 the trim is electrically controlled, so you don't you do it at this stage prior to engine start. In the Airbus, I think, well, it does it automatically, I think, doesn't it? But you can only move it after engine start. But I'm no Airbus guy there. Well, that was quick. Nightbot, well done. Welcome to the party. Superb. Right, clearance we have. Yeah, we just need to brief it, really. So, let's have a look at our charts. We're on stand Foxtrot 32, pushback facing east. They've got a blue centre line and an orange line here, so we're told to push onto one of the lines. And then most likely taxi for us will be out via Whiskey, and we got Whiskey, or we can go out via Echo. The aerodrome charts for Jefferson's are just unusable. I hate them. But yeah, you taxi like this. We've got Alpha 3 figures. This is the Whiskey taxiway. I've got my operator's nav blue chart much clearer. So the Whiskey line is sort of here, and then Whiskey will take us on a straight line to Alpha 3, so we can depart from Alpha 3. If you remember, for our performance, we took Alpha 3 figures, or Alpha 3 intersection. The SID then, oops, that's my work iPad falling over. Our SID, so it's no longer this one, it's an Arsin 1 Charlie, which is going to be tough to find because they seem to be in all sorts of different orders. Oh no, we actually found it there. There we are. So this is an Arsin 1 Charlie, RNAV 1 required, which we are. Contact Veen radar when advised by tower. Flight tracks recorded at Vienna airport, and aircraft noise is monitored in all relevant populated areas. So yeah, my operator's briefing notes, they constantly talk about, yeah, strict noise abatement is required. It's an NADP2 departure here. So for us, let's have a look at the routing. Climb to 5,000 feet, that's what we're cleared to by ATC for us, 29. It's climb on 291 to 1,000 feet, so it's quite close to the ground. Look, 1,000 feet, it's only 400 feet after departure. We're already at 600. We're going to make a left turn to Whiskey 296. We've got Whiskey 296. And then we're going to go 375, 370, 405 and Arsin. And this one doesn't have any speed restriction. The SID I mentioned earlier does have a 205 knot speed restriction. This one we can just accelerate all the way up. Now, just because my operator's SOPs, what we do, we put 220 knots here for the first turn. That's just for track keeping, so it doesn't overshoot. So we'll put that in at 375, and the stop altitude we'll put on the FMS as well. That's 5,000 feet. And that's it, just an RNAV SID, straight line, eventually going all the way to Arsene, well not a straight line, wiggling over all these RNAV points, and very noise sensitive, so basically don't deviate off the track, make sure LNAV's engaged prior to departure. Oh no, it does actually state here, God it is not very clear on JEPI charts. I'm just having a look at my operator's chart here. So it says here on this chart, max 205 knots for the Arsene 1 Alpha, 1 Charlie and 1 Delta. We're flying the Arsene 1 Charlie, but on my operator's chart it doesn't mention the speed restriction on this SID. Oh it does, initial turn, max 205 knots, thereafter 250 knots. So yeah, we want to just keep speed below 205 knots. Let's put prior to Whiskey 375. The reason, you can see it's even coded. So one thing which you might not have seen me do in a stream before, when you have speed restrictions which are quite low for initial turns, you might want to delay flat retraction. The reason is the up speed, the clean speed at this gross weight will be above 205 knots, will probably be about 215. So you just want to hold at flap 1 just to make sure that you comply with any speed restrictions there. So, with brief taxi, brief SID, with brief performance, I think we are all A-OK. I think we're good to go. NAV Blue is an Airbus company, I know. Unbelievable, Don Orsini. Jakubek, where are you from? I'm from the UK, sir. James Boggs, you've just been given a push time of 15:25. Yeah, I was due out 5 minutes ago. Let's put the AP on the bus, and we're going to request push and start to get in the queue, and then we'll complete the checklist. In reality, you'd only request push and start if you are completely and fully ready, so... Alpaca 16 Victor Golf, stand 32 Foxtrot, request to push and start.
And once, correction, Alpaca 16 Victor Golf, hold position.
Hold position, Alpaca 16 Victor Golf.
Safety inspection checklist. Surfaces and trucks.
Checked.
Maintenance status.
Checked.
Battery.
On.
Electric hydraulic pumps.
On.
Landing gear lever.
Down.
Ship's library.
Checked.
Safety inspection checklist complete.
Perfect, before I do that,
Grant the cockpit, please show me where you want to go.
let's get connected.
Grant the cockpit, who is driving that?
So much talking. Do we have a door open? We do, Boeing 737 Captain. Hello Dimitri, greetings from Vancouver, Canada. It's been a minute. Been a long time, nice to see you here, buddy.
Start push approved. Did you say a direction?
Before start checklist to the line. IRS mode selectors.
Nav.
Gear pins. Light test.
Not again.
Start and push is approved into blue line. Caution, company aircraft on your right hand side is also pushing into blue line.
Push start approved to blue line, Alpaca 16 Victor Golf. Better get through this checklist. Light test.
Checked.
Oxygen.
Not again.
Oh no.
Alpaca 585, contact V Tower 119.4.
Tested 100%.
Yaw damper.
On.
Nav transfer and display switches.
Normal and auto.
Fuel.
Okay, all doors in
Okay, 6 pumps and 10 to on board, 8 to minimum required.
Checked.
Fuel pumps.
6 pumps on.
Cabin util IFE galley power.
On.
Emergency exit lights.
Armed.
Fasten belts.
On.
Window heat.
On.
Air conditioning.
Takes auto. Bleeds on.
Pressurization.
So we got 370-300 set.
Set.
Pressurization mode selector.
Auto.
Instruments.
Cross-checked.
Auto brake.
RTO.
Hydraulics.
Normal.
Good.
Speed brake.
Down D10.
Parking brake.
Set.
Stab trim cutout switches.
Normal.
Wheel well fire warning.
Checked.
Radios, radar and transponder.
So that is set and standby.
Set and standby.
Rudder and aileron trim.
3 and 0.
Takeoff briefing.
Discussed.
Discussed.
PA.
Complete.
FMC CDU.
Is set.
Set.
N1 and IAS bugs.
N1 and IIS auto. V-speed set.
Stab trim.
Set.
Performance, weight and balance.
Checked.
That's done.
EFB.
Airplane mode and stowed.
Phones.
Off.
Flight deck windows and cockpit door.
Ah, this.
We're on that. I'll close that in a second. Well, I'm going to close that myself.
Closed.
Doors.
Closed.
Passengers.
Seated.
Before start checklist completed to the line.
Perfect, and now below line.
Before start
No, not the
checklist.
transit, that's my bad.
Before start checklist below the line. Air conditioning packs.
Grant the
Off.
cockpit, please show
Anti-collision
me
light.
where you want
On.
to go.
Parking brake.
Set.
Transponder.
Not again.
Alpaca 1 Echo Foxtrot, wait for
Oops.
taxi.
I'll do it in a second.
Taka 1
Just confirm, was that blue line or orange line for me?
Via exit 6 and Mike QNH 1027.
Alt off.
Before start checklist complete.
QNH 1027, taxi to holding point runway 29 via Echo 6 in Mike Alpaca 1 Echo Foxtrot.
Ground Alpaca 16 Victor Golf. Sorry, just confirm that was the orange line.
Alpaca 16 Victor Golf, Golf orange line is clear now, so you can push into the orange line.
Push the orange line, Alpaca 16 Victor Golf. Perfect. So, orange line, that makes sure the aircraft can taxi.
Still connected and
transponder out off.
release parking brake.
There we are, parking brake released. That was a mess. Now, that's the thing here. Blue line. Oh, he did say orange line just now, though. Oh.
Starting to spec and you may start engine.
Oh, going orange now. Oops. But so this is the key thing in real life. The same reason as well. Obviously, I'm a single pilot here as well. We never request push and start until all the checks are complete. The only reason I did is someone got a delay. Someone, I can't remember who said in chat, said they got a delay for push and start. So I just wanted to get the clearance in and then complete the checklist. What I wasn't expecting was an immediate clearance there. But yeah, that's exactly how it works. A lot of airports will have multiple lines, so they can allow multiple aircraft to push at once, and then, you know, without the aircraft blocking each other, they can taxi forward. There usually is a minimum width. It's usually 36 meters for the 320s and 73. There you go, the max span 36 meters. So that ensures that so long as one's on the blue line, one's on the orange line, they can continue taxi.
Mike 2.
Welcome. Right, starting engine number 2. Hello, Rundum's Finger, hope you're doing well.
Alpaca 87 Golf, contact me, Tower 119.4, bye bye.
49.44, have a great day, Alpaca 87 Golf.
Alpaca 1 Echo Foxtrot, you may continue not taxiing into Mike.
Oil pressure, 25%, fuel's going in.
For your information, Mike 2 is holding point next to exit 4.
Every time I've come to Vienna and had ATC, it's always been very, very good. Start counts, 2, 4, 6, 3, 2 stables, starting engine number 1. Hey Con, Cap, can you watch my message further up about the field of view? If you're asking what it is, it's 105, sir. And guys, just remember, during the startup, we're already pretty much up to top of climb. It's, I do my best to interact with you guys, but it can be a little bit difficult. So I do miss certain things in chat there, so my apologies if I do miss anything. Yeah. Sufficient wind clearance between the two. Starting cut out, monitoring number 1.
Alpaca 3 holding point, runway 29 via Whiskey and Mike QNH 1027.
Operation complete, set parking brake.
Parking brake set.
Disconnecting close, stand by.
Stand
Ground
by.
hello, Austrian 801, stand, Alpha 28, type 777, ready, push and start.
An 801 start and push is approved, and squawk 4616 please.
Start approved and start on squawk 4616, Austrian 801.
Hi Frank, good evening. 33 degrees in Oscar Papa Lima Alpha, sounds like it's in the Middle East. Sipping a cool glass of Fanta whilst watching your stream. Oh, nothing better than a fizzy Fanta with ice when it's roasting hot. Sounds delicious. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Hey ADS Nations, hope you're doing okay.
Crew is disconnected and fiber spin has been removed. Hand signal on the right. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
Mike being ground today. Startup is approved. No push necessary. You can expect a straight taxi.
No push necessary and expect straight taxi. Startup approved. Alpaca 1 Juliet Mike.
There's the tug.
Alpaca 1 Juliet Mike, please set squawk 4045.
Yes, Commander Jedi, if other fizzy beverages are available. There we are, bypass pin C, for taxi flow coming up, so start switches continuous, probeat on, anti-ice off, packs auto, AP bleeds off, flaps to 5, and flight controls, full forward, full back, full left, and full right, and here comes the rudders, full left and full right, recall, blank the lower DU, and we can now do the before taxi checklist.
Before taxi checklist. Generators.
On.
APU.
Off.
Start switches.
Continuous.
Propeat.
On.
Anti-ice.
Off.
Air conditioning.
PEX auto, bleeds on.
Isolation valve.
Auto.
Flaps.
Flips 5 required and selected, green light.
Check.
Stab trim.
Set.
Start levers.
Idle detent.
Flight controls.
Checked.
Recall.
Checked.
Before taxi checklist complete.
Excellent. Greg, so your yoke is missing. Well, yes, usually when I have the physical yoke, I actually turn that one off because when I'm flying, I have the webcam on. That's why it's off there.
Swiss 1574 being ground, good day, taxi to gate
I hope you're doing well as well.
31 via Delta and Lima, taxi lane 37.
Sorry, which down Swiss 1574?
Stand Foxtrot 31, continue via Delta and Lima and then taxi lane 37.
Not too bad. We're going to advise we're able Alpha 3, which is this whole point here.
37, Swiss 1574.
Packer 31 Alpha, contact V Tower 119, it's 4, bye bye.
1194, Packer 31 Alpha, thanks for the ATC, bye bye.
Alpaca 16 Victor Golf, request taxi, able Alpha 3.
Packer 16 Victor Golf, taxi holding point, runway 29 Alpha 3 is approved via Whiskey, between H1027, hold short Whiskey 2, correction, hold short Whiskey 4.
Taxi, hold point Alpha 3 via Whiskey, hold short of Whiskey 4, QNH 1027, Alpaca 16 Victor Golf. Right, so just firstly set the QNH, which is 1027, go left and clear right, we'd also check. And just want to make sure I'm happy with where we're going.
Alpaca 38 Echo stand, Foxtrot 17.
That's Cookie, one of our so Whiskey. Where is Whiskey?
Alpaca 38
Whiskey
Echo being
4.
ground, the start and push is approved, face to the east.
I've seen it, so it's not, might not be able to show you because it's not on the aerodrome chart there. You've got Echo X-Ray 23 and then Whiskey 4, it's about here, just can't see it here, you need a little parking stance chart, but I'm happy with where we're going at least. Right, parking brake released, do a quick config check, make sure no takeoff config warning sounds.
Alpaca 1 Juliet Mike for the taxi.
Alpaca 1 Juliet Mike, taxi to holding point, stand by hold position, expect taxiing in about 1 minute.
Hold position, Alpaca 1 Juliet Mike.
Do you have Microsoft Flight Sim 2020? Yes, I do, Stig, and we do stream it in as well. Bye! He's on that trampoline stand. You see that? Ooh, helps my turn. There we are, so all the lines merge here. So we're just there. I'm going to take this one first right onto Whiskey. What's a VTOL? Brilliant.
Alpaca 1 Juliet Mike, taxi to holding point runway 29 via exit 5
Whiskey.
and Mike QNH 1027.
Taxi to holding point
Great scenery, really
via exit 5
absolutely.
and QNH 1027, Alpaca 1 Juliet Mike.
801, contact V Tower 119.
Okay, I know what I forgot to do. I forgot to put the emergency turn in. So Whiskey goes round here to the right. It's not very clear signage-wise, but I'm following the chart here. So we're basically on this parallel taxiway here, just following round to the right, and then the Whiskey 4 is just around here, just off this chart.
Ground Airbus Austrian 81 Hotel Juliet, ready for push and start.
which hopefully will be
81
silent.
Hotel Juliet, being ground 0, start and push is approved, blue line.
Approved to line, Austrian 81 Hotel Juliet.
Rodrigo Gomez, what clouds are we using? Using enhanced skyscape clouds. Oh, what's that? 330? No, 777.
16 Victor Golf, continue now, exit 2 and Alpha 3, contact tower 119 bye bye.
Exit 2 Alpha 3 and tower 119 Alpaca 16 Victor Golf, bye. Perfect, so yeah, I just need to put this emergency turn in here. So what this is, it's what we do in the event of an engine failure. So we go from Fox Mike Delta. Don't do this whilst taxiing. People want to be aware of all your situations. Ryanair on the remote stand over there. Fox Mike Delta / 7.4. So we're going to climb straight ahead until we're 7.4 miles from this beacon, which is here. And then when we're there, we make a left turn to Bravo Romeo Kilo, which is 408. There we are. So I'll explain what we'll be doing. So basically, if the engine was to fail, climb straight ahead to this fixed ring. Once we're at that fixed ring, we're going to make a left turn to hold at this beacon here. Climb to the MSA. Right, Western, before takeoff checklist.
Alpha 3.
Before takeoff checklist to the line. Config.
Checked.
Flaps.
Flaps 5 set, green light.
Stab trim.
Set.
Takeoff briefing.
So, overhead panel, pack order bleeds on, the V-speeds are set for departure. Go to the takeoff page, it's 142, 143, 149 set. The departures and arson 1 Charlie. We'll be climbing straight ahead to a distance of 1,000 feet, or a distance, a height of 1,000 feet, making a left turn inbound to Whiskey 296. Stop altitude 5,000 feet, NATP2. Any problems will climb straight ahead 7.4 DME on Fox Mike Delta. And then we're going to make a left turn to Bravo Romeo Kilo to hold. That's it. Reviewed.
Reviewed.
Cabin.
Badges
Secured.
Before takeoff checklist completed to the line.
Contact tower. Tower, hello, it's Alpaca 16 Victor Golf, Alpha 3, runway 29 ready for departure.
16 Victor Golf into Alpha Levels number 2.
Hold position. Perfect. So, might be a little alpaca scooting ahead of us.
Juliet Mike, line up runway 29.
Cheeky, cheeky.
Line up runway to Alpaca.
Always the Airbus guy is getting some sort of priority. Outrageous. Stick, where are we flying? We're flying into Athens. You can see the ICAO code up here, Lima Golf Alpha Victor. Yes, very right, Aaron Hastings. Everything, I always put all the information in the video description. I list all the scenery I'm using. Nightbot has various commands which you can ask as well, with regards to plugins and things like that. So I think the actual command is called commands. I don't think I've ever used it. Oh, because of the heavy departure between the two of you. 777, yes. 2 minutes, I believe. And 3 minutes for an intersection. If you're on intersection departure, it's even longer.
Clear for takeoff, runway 29 at Alpaca 1 Juliet Mike.
Dante just made it in time for takeoff, you have. Yeah, so remember the speed restriction, guys, on that SID, 205 knots, so you can always...
Victor Golf, departing company A319, line up runway 29 behind.
Behind departing A319, line but way behind, Alpaca 16 Victor Golf. Well, as I was saying, this SID then has an initial speed of 205 knots. So we can't do that until we've completed those initial turns. So we're just going to delay flap retraction until we've completed that first couple of turns. Once we're inbound to Whiskey 375, we can then retract the flaps. So, clear to line up and wait. Weather radar is on.
Approaching 29.
Oh yeah, turn Rasbach on. We've got approaching runway 29. So, MCP is set.
Okay, 16 Victor Golf in 360 degrees, 19 knots, 29 cleared for takeoff.
Way 29 cleared takeoff, Alpaca 16 Victor Golf. Perfect. So much going on.
Alpaca 1 Juliet Mike, scope
This first officer. Right, complete the checks below the line.
Before takeoff checklist below the line. MCP.
Set.
Transponder.
TARA.
Strobe lights.
On runway
On.
29.
Landing lights.
On.
Before takeoff checklist complete.
I think we're all good, guys. Check's complete.
75 Alpaca 1 Juliet Mike.
Toga's in chat. Just
We're
got
going to
frequency
frequency
ready.
134
Whatever pants line up. Well, not too bad.
134675 for Alpaca 1 Juliet Mike.
Just getting that frequency ready. And, oh god, don't forget the oak cam. Let's go to Athens.
Alpaca 38 Echo on whiskey.
Alpaca 38 Echo Winter.
So engine stabilise, push toga, set takeoff thrust.
Company line up 29 behind, Alpaca 38 Echo.
90.7. Yeah, takeoff thrust sets, indications are normal. Quite a lot of left rudder coming in here. Checked. What is this? Almost full rudder here. Gnarly crosswind for anyone into winds. Crosswind takeoff to Toronto I did a few days ago.
9 Foxtrot, that was wind 360 degrees, 19 knots from V34, clear to land. V34, clear to land with 298 Foxtrot.
Here we go. Keep the rudder in, keep the wings level later on, and neutralise the rudder we're airborne. Gears going up.
Alpaca 38 Echo, wind 360 degrees, 19 knots from V29, clear for takeoff. 29, clear takeoff, Alpaca 400.
There's LNAV, left turn.
Early contact wind radar 134.675, that was good to go.
134675, Alpaca 16 Victor Golf, bye. Perfect. Bug up. So remember 205 knots, maximum speeds.
Alpaca 1 Echo Delta, winter was Airbus line up runway 29.
That's one. And we're going to hold it at flap 1 until we've got that turn complete. Contact departures.
Austrian 937, 190, understand, with
There's
Juliet.
N1 at 1500 feet AGL.
Also 937, Wien radar servos identified. Estimation Juliet is correct. Expect LS approach runway 34, set squawk 1000.
Good. I'll do the flyby in a bit, guys, I promise. So 205 knots, complying with the SID restriction. We can't select flaps up because we're flying below the up speeds.
1000, Austrian 937.
I'm happy the first turn's complete now, so I can plug up. And select flaps up.
Alpaca 1 Juliet, Mike, proceed direct Stein.
Contact departures.
Direct Stein, Alpaca 1 Juliet Mike.
V departures, hello, Alpaca 16 Victor Golf on the Arsin 1 Charlie, passing 3,700 for altitude 5,000 feet.
Alpaca 16 Victor Golf, Wien radar servos identified. Climb flight level 230, proceed direct Arsin.
Flight flight level 230, direct to Arsin, Alpaca 16 Victor Golf. So, 230
From 937, stop descent, flight level 170.
is set. Got flaps up, no lights, so we just need to delete that restriction in the FMS. So VNAV, set standards.
Charlie, departure climbing 6,000 feet.
Given about speed restriction as well.
Sorry, we tried to German side, but if you will repeat the transmission, I cannot read it.
Ah, wrong one. So I'm trying to hard fly. This is not easy. And direct to Arsin. Executes. Well, that's going to accelerate us to 250.
Alpaca 38 Echo,
And direct to Arsin. This is not easy.
Flight level 230,
Execute.
proceed direct
There we are.
Whiskey 370.
LNAV available, LNAV. That's all one capacity.
Climb flight level 230 and
Command's in.
whiskey.
Now I can do the flyby. Flyby.
An 801 contact Budapest control, 120.375 goodbye.
Super.
I'm sorry, is that Austrian 801? A-firm, Austrian 801.
After takeoff checklist.
Budapest control, 120.375 goodbye. 120.375, Austrian 801, have a good
Gears off, water brakes off, star switches off, air conditioning and pressurization, 2.5 climbing. 370 sets. Least cabin crew, standard set, passing 76. Flight level 230. Oh, no timer. Unbelievable.
Whiskey 988.
I have to take off checklist complete. No words.
Sector Whiskey,
I knew I'd forgotten something.
Austrian 937.
Add 5 minutes to the timer, I just saw that, yeah, plainly add 5 minutes, that's what I saw, oh no. Just realised, that's it.
Servos identified, climb flight level 230, proceed direct Arsin.
Direct Arsin,
Descent, climb flight level 230, Paka 1 Echo Delta.
Let's join hand flying though, that was good fun.
Wien approach Servus Austrian 81, Hotel Juliet, 2,300 feet.
Ops. 381, Hotel Juliet, Wien radar Servus identified, climb flight level 230.
Climb flight level 230.
Great Scott, just like in real life, yeah, unbelievable. Hey Lionel, I hope you're doing well. Aaron Hastings, you've upset Nightbot, what did you say? I don't know.
158 Whiskey, descent 8,000 feet, coordination 1027 to turn left.
Hey Tim, Fraser, nice to see you, buddy, thanks for popping in. Chris on UT, flashing A is underspeed. Indication, yeah, flashing A, we did have that at one point, was it? Yeah, it was that one. Yeah, it's underspeed limiting. So we were going a little bit low on speed when I bugged up, I think. Just make sure that wasn't for me for the ATC. Passing 112230 do the pre-cruise checks anyway. Fuel, we've got 6 pumps and 1500 centre lights. Coming off.
937 descent flight level 130.
APs on pressurisation 4.0. Set seatbelts on. Cool. There we are. Pre-cruise checks complete, on our way. Luke, did you ever lose motivation during your ATPL studies? There are parts that are difficult, but no. That's what kept me going through it, was I knew I wanted to get into a right-hand seat of a jet. That was my motivation. Joe Dredge, challenge for a stream, hand fly the entire route. Oh my god, don't. I've been suggesting that before. I mean, I have completed a flight in real life, hand flying, because I didn't actually have an autopilot. Dispatch from out one. It's actually easy when you've got 2 people, believe it or not. It's going to be very difficult, especially if I'm on VATSIM hand flying. Maybe. I'll do it, but can I have the flight directors on with the automation?
Paka 16 Victor Golf, contact Budapest Control 120, decimal 375, bye-bye.
120-375, Alpaca 16 Victor Golf, bye. Budapest Control, good evening, Alpaca 16 Victor Golf, climb flight level 230, inbound Arsin.
Austrian 801, turn left heading 120.
Definitely direct Babbitt, that'll be nice.
Turn left heading 120, Austrian 801.
The station now, say again.
That's Alpaca 16 Victor Golf, climbing flight level 230, approaching Arsin.
Alpaca 16 Victor Golf, good evening, radar contact, climb to flight level 310 and proceed direct to Babbitt.
Climb flight level 310, direct to Babbitt, Alpaca 16 Victor Golf. It's a nice little shortcut actually.
Alpaca 87 Golf, back with you.
So 5-2, just show how much fuel there, 13 minutes, see how much we save. 5-2, 13 minutes. 5-2, 12 minutes. So probably save just under a minute there. About the same fuel. In the real life, the FMS takes about 10 seconds to work that out. In the ZIBO, it's quite quick. Tom Baldock, you were spoiled by that MD-11 auto chrono. Absolutely. Yeah, I need that in the NG.
Flight level 410, Austrian 801.
Ortho down there.
Cathay 38 radar contact, climb to flight level 190.
Budapest, good afternoon, Alpaca 38 Echo, climbing flight level 230, inbound
Sebastian, I always enjoy flying ZIBO on VATSIM, controls are so professional, and the ZIBO's payway quality, absolutely. Someone actually asked me the other day, what would you think would be a reasonable price for the ZIBO, do you think, with its quality? And I honestly, I'm not exaggerating here, you know, this is $80 to $100 aircraft, easily.
Climb flight level
The quality and the immersion, and what's actually modelled now.
keep past the waypoint
It's identical.
Waypoint is
Crazy. A little bit of engine anti-ice on, just coming to the top of these clouds. Brandon, hi Captain, if you have a nose wheel tiller set to rudder axis, is there a need for light forward pressure and the takeoff roll? Yes, Brandon, because even the real aircraft, even in the real aircraft, when you make rudder inputs, I'll do a little bit here, when to fly like this,
Alpaca 585,
on the ground it provides a little bit of input on the nose wheel already, up to 8-9 degrees, 8-9 degrees or so. So the forward pressure is just to increase nose steering effectiveness. CMZ Aviation, why not level up? A level up is a nice add-on of the 737, but it's in its current state. I think it's still in its release state. There hasn't been an update yet. Flight model's just got off. If you're interested, actually, you know, I'll find, guys. A lot of people are asking today about the level up. Was my initial stream in it.
Alpaca 38 Echo approaching flight 1230.
Have a look at this video of my first ever flight in the level up, which is still the latest version. Look at the pinned comments where I give a little bit of feedback about the aircraft.
Flight level 320, Alpaca 38 Echo.
Sky, I'd like you 60 because of the slightly dated graphics inside and outside. Yes, I see your point, I think.
Alpaca 16 Victor Golf, climb to flight level 370.
Flight level 370, Alpaca 16 Victor Golf. So 1.
Alpaca 1 Juliet Mike, expect further climb from next sector.
Twice.
Expecting further climb,
3 times. Make sure we're monitoring 120.5.
Just to confirm, climb to flight level 320 and expect higher from next sector. Climb to flight level 320 and expect higher on next sector, Alpaca 1 Juliet Mike.
Yes, graphics aren't quite as good. Combine the full ZIBO with the level up graphics are created by yes, Sky. Best of both worlds there. Both of us captain match the heading, yes. Very good. There you go.
Alpaca 31 Alpha, contact Adria 130.0, bye-bye.
Alright, he's turned down a little bit. Listen, is 115 prohibited to be used on VATSIM? No idea, probably is. That's just me being at work, basically. We monitor that as soon as we pass 10,000 feet.
Welcome.
Thanks for subscribing there, Federico. Welcome aboard, buddy. Brandon has a cockpit, so definitely more than $20. God, I love Captain Sim. I know, I saw that with the C-130. Julius Richardson, hi Captain, what do you use for clouds? They are the enhanced skyscapes add-on for clouds. Cam 8321 Captain, do you make it a habit to monitor guard frequencies on your flights? Yes, our operator SOP is to monitor 121.5 above 10,000 feet. Primarily to avoid block, which stands for prolonged loss of communication. So if we were to lose communication with ATC would first try and get in contact with you conventionally, then they'd use the 121.5 frequency to try and contact you.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Thanks a lot, Wannabe Captain, for the £2.82, buddy. Appreciate it.
Hello, Captain.
Hello.
Great to be watching your stream live again.
Thank you.
Any chance of flying into Singapore one day?
One day? Oh, thank you very much, buddy. Appreciate it. Wannabe Captain, I've just noticed you donated that already. If you've done it twice, my apologies. I think you must have got the first one in when I had the alerts muted, so I completely missed that. Sorry, I had to donate again. Singapore is an airport we've not actually visited. I promise you one day we will go to Singapore. There's hundreds upon hundreds of requests from people who watch the videos, and Singapore is a major airport we need to definitely visit. So thank you very much for your donation and suggestion, and I'll bear that in mind. So thank you very much, and I hope you're having a lovely evening over in Singapore. We had a MOG to Singapore. We departed Singapore this one. I don't think we flew into it. I might be wrong with that one.
Alpaca 3 Echo.
How's the traffic looking? Remember, there's aircraft. So these aircraft here, I don't know if they've actually left Vienna, but there's aircraft routing all over for this VATSIM event. If you look at the video description, there's a link in the video description quite near the top of the event. And basically it's an Athens Fly-In. How many aircraft are they flying in? The most I've ever seen is that we did a Palma Mallorca event, not the MOGEF, we did one online, it had 120 arrivals.
Oh, wow.
97 arrivals. 97 arrivals and 2 ATC. Only approach frequency. I hope they're not inbound at the moment. To be fair, no. I think the event starts at 20 minutes, doesn't it? The event doesn't start quite soon. Look at the VATSIM map. It's like a multiple pronged attack into Athens.
858 Golf, good afternoon, level 360. With a 429er, I confirm direct Nikra.
Busy. Hello John, I've just had to create a channel to speak on this, so next time we meet you'll have to give me some tips. Thank you very much, John. Welcome to the channel. Well done making a YouTube channel. Welcome to chat.
Roger, fly on heading 190.
Captain Mank, hi Captain, question here, just bought pedals. By default, when I press the left pedal, the rudder turns left, as does the nose of the plane. Is this behaviour correct? I find it counterintuitive. Have you been playing too many video games with reverse axis there, Captain Mank? Yes, left rudder is to make the nose of the aircraft to turn left, yaw to the left, and steer to the left. Just think, push left to go left. Dimitri, any plans to see you driving a single-aisle bus soon? When was the last time we flew the 319, 320? We flew the 340, funnily enough, into Vienna. That was the last time we flew an Airbus. Last time for single-aisle, I can't remember. Soon, perhaps. Soon. I mean, there's a trillion different aircraft I'd like to fly at the moment. I think I'd like to take the Phoenix 742 out next. Because I want to get, because the Thrustmaster have sent me both quadrants. I've actually got the 4 thrust levers. I think that'd be really cool to try.
Left 5 degrees with a 1400.
Yaroslav, in my opinion, PMDG need a lot of work on the glare shield dimensions and MCP. Do you agree? I've seen some screenshots, looks okay. I know the NGX PMDG, the proportions didn't look quite right. It's sort of like the window was sort of oversized. You know, in this sort of view here, the window was like this, wasn't it, in the PMDG side window?
50, 40,
I'm pretty happy.
30, 20, 10.
Just Kieran, I've just seen that. Thanks for £3, buddy.
Alpaca 16 Victor Golf. Enter the hold. You are number 96 for the approach.
No. Oh, Kieran, don't. I don't want to think about it. Appreciate it, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Thank you very much for your donation and continued support. 96, most likely. But the event's just started. Hopefully the majority of those aircraft are behind us. Now, at the moment, with no delay, we'll be touching down at 6 UK time. I need to be done by 7:30, so I'll have run out of fuel by then anyway. So we'll get on the ground, we'll hold for a good 45 minutes or so. That's why I'm starting quite early. Usually don't start a stream this early. That was just because of the time. But, yeah, hopefully not number 96. Cheers, buddy. Very busy. I'm actually going to Greece tomorrow. I'm flying to Greece in real life tomorrow, so this is quite fitting. I'm going to Athens, undisclosed destination in Greece. And then a couple of Spanish destinations. I'm actually out of base on Monday, so driving out of base to another airport. They did offer a taxi. You can take a taxi, but you can also drive yourself and claim the mileage, and I usually do that unless it's quite a fair distance. So yeah, flying to Eastern Europe on Monday. No, Tuesday, not even what day it is, and then Wednesday's my last day. What's the longest you've ever had to hold in real life? 45 minutes, Mason, I think I've held. with a lot of due to thunderstorms, and we planned for that. Actually, the whole area had CB's forecast, thunderstorms on the METAR. I whacked on the same amount of fuel as today, 2 tons, and we pretty much used all of it. I had another 10 minutes, we would have probably diverted, but the weather cleared up. Some aircraft ahead of us diverted, some behind diverted, some of us got in. But about 45 minutes.
Budapest Control, Alpaca Mike Golf Sierra, flight level 140.
Come the Tid Fu War flashbacks. Oh no, not Palmer again. John, I only created it to speak to our captain. He is one of a kind, top bloke. Thanks, John.
Direct to Budapest, flight level 350.
J. Moyam, have you tried Ian Elner VNAV RMP approach on this? Ian approaches integrated approach navigation. We don't have fitted to our fleet. I think it's where you use the approach mode on certain RNAV approaches. We're not approved for that. We have GLS. We can fly GLS approaches, basically like posh ILS, but there's very few airports that we fly to hazards. ILS is still 95% of the approaches we fly, 90-95% of the approaches we fly. Graham Young, Cyphus has already been asked, but is everything okay with ZIBO? I know it's been a while since his last update, and whilst the add-on is okay, just hope he is too. I rest assured, guys, because I was getting a little concerned as well. I actually messaged ZIBO last week saying, hey bud, how's everything? And he said, no, he's really busy with work. Don't forget, the ZIBO mod is his hobby, his side project. It's not what he does 24/7. Work's caught up with him in real life, and he's absolutely fine. In fact, ZIBO did send to me about a couple of hours before the stream 352.4, but having already tested the sector with 352.3 and not having the time to test 352.4, I didn't update, and it was nothing major with the update, just some minor bug fixes, which you wouldn't really notice. They were just minor things, just tidying things up in the background. So I am in the latest public version, but he is alive and well, and I will say, I'll message him. I don't know if he's watching the stream today, but I'll message him to say a lot of people were asking. So you tell we're quite heavy, above 67, 68 tons. Climb rate's pretty spot on. Luke, Captain England, do you get access to the ATPL question bank so you can study the actual questions you'll get in the exam? So yeah, back in 2010, it wasn't the exact same question bank, but there were some questions that were similar, but you had to be very careful because they'd ask a similar question, but they'd change the answers round, especially if it was a numerical value or something like that. We did have access to the Bristol question bank, I think it was called. I don't think they allow that anymore. Yeah, exactly, Steve. Yeah, we're also used to 4 or 5 updates a week from ZIBO. Absolutely. Wish him a happy Easter. I will do, guys. I will do. Sometimes he does pop in during the stream. Hey, Chief of Sky Studios, California sub, VATSIM S1 controller at Oakland. You should check out our smaller class C airports like Sacramento or Reno. Very cool, yes. We've done quite a few streams in the US. Last flight was in the MD-11. We flew from Louisville to Philly. That was good fun. It's great ATC on VATSIM. I see a lot of these FNO ops, Friday night ops stuff, it's way too late for us guys in Europe. It sort of starts at midnight. I'd love to do some of those.
Good evening, I need to find by 5.
There we are, we're level. Look at all this traffic here. It's like Europe at the moment.
Alpaca 16 Victor Golf, reset your squawk 4251.
Squawk 4251, Alpaca 16 Victor Golf. 4251. Chris, what is the checklist you're using? Nightbot isn't responding to checklist. Ah yes, it's checklist in full. 130750 Alpaca 16 Victor Golf. Bye. Over to Andrea.
Actually, Alpaca 87 Golf level 350 inbound Talas. Alpaca 87 Golf Adria.
Yeah, exactly, Brandon. Yeah, your event's too early, American one's too late.
Paka 73, flight level 350.
Paka 738, Adria radar identified.
Here we go, speak with 126, very good afternoon, sir, flight level 390.
Yeah, top percent. Just a
192,
little under an hour.
Adria radar identified.
I've got to show you what I got from Amazon by the other day, by the way, guys.
Heading to it, 2641, flight level 340.
Speedbird 2641, Adria radar identified.
Adria Control, hello, it's Alpaca 16 Victor Golf, flight level 370 Babbitt.
16 Victor Golf, Adria radar, Roger.
Perfect.
Good
Guys, check out what I got from Amazon the other day. I thought I'd treat myself. Check this out.
36 Victor Alpha, Adria radar, Roger.
Look at this. I can't really get it in the camera without moving it. It's the official NASA Apollo Saturn V Lego kit with 1,969 pieces. How cool is this? Just love everything in space. And yeah, can't wait to build it. I've got quite a bit of Lego actually. I haven't built anything since lockdown. First lockdown 2 years ago. I've got a lot of the haven't built any Lego since the last time. Since the first lockdown, I built some Technics and a Porsche 911. So yeah, I'm going to basically get a shelf up in my office and build that, and it'll have pride of place there. Donald Rosina, enjoy building it. Took me about 4 hours. Hey, you know what would be quite a cool idea? I don't know if you guys will be up to it. Maybe in the Felis, because I won't be able to stream for 4 or 5 days. I could do a bit of a longer stream, and maybe I could try and build it during a stream. I was thinking about it the other day, but if I'm using the problem is if I'm using the yoke, I don't know where I could build it. I don't have enough space on my desk. I'll think about it. It'll be super cool to try and build it during. I got to try and complete it before we land. But yeah, 4 hours. I probably need a bit longer. I'm very meticulous when it comes to building kits.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Thanks a lot, Captain Mac, for the €2. Really appreciate it, buddy. Thank you very much.
Love your streams. I learn a lot from
Ty. Thank you, Captain Mac. Appreciate the €2, buddy. Thank you very much for your donation. Hope you're doing well. And thank you very much. Glad you enjoy the streams. Enjoy streaming as much as you enjoy watching it. Thanks, buddy. Superb. Right, we'll do a fuel check at Babbitt. We're pretty much overheads.
Request 380 kilo.
You need all levels, so for level 370.
There we are, Babbitt. We should be here after 29 minutes. We're after 23. Remember, we've got that shortcut, the SID. In fact, that's been a lot quicker than it was expected on the flight plan. Oh, I know why, because I think had that long other SID in there. That might explain it. I'm expecting it as much as that, those 6 minutes. We should have burned 2.3 tons of fuel. We've burnt 2.2, so fuel burn's pretty close. We should have 6 tons on board. We've got 8, extra 2 tons, so fuel burn is pretty much spot on. The fuel burn in the mod is identical to the real aircraft. 3 or 4 years ago, I took the time in the Level D simulator to look at various thrust settings at various altitudes. You can get all the data from the Level D sim, and that was plugged into the mod. So the thrust fuel burn is you could look at the tables in the FCARM and you'd get the same, basically. It's good 4 to 5 hours to build it. I need quite a long stream for that, wouldn't I? Unless I do it over 2 parts. Good 4 to 5 hours. For me, that would be 6 to 7 then. Yeah, got the kit. Haven't had time to put it together though, to enjoy LEGO Technics as well. Several kits. Yeah, I've got the Porsche 911 Technic. I've also got their crane. They made a crane about 8-9 years ago with all the moving parts as well. Probably worth quite a bit of money now. Mason, don't like it on VATSIM when people don't calibrate their mics properly, so they end up sounding way too loud. That's true, Mason. Some people also speak very loudly through it. I think they've updated it though. It's a lot better. I've noticed, I don't know if it was an X-Pilot update with Velocity or a recent update, but it's a lot better than it used to be.
5175 full front Chicago 34 Yankee. And 544.
So what I find now, whereas previously when I'm streaming, quite a lot of time I have to constantly change the volume on VATSIM. So it is deafening people, but I very rarely have to do that now.
Standard pressure set 3 times.
I have you
Probably on Microsoft Flight
363, which is 700 feet below our side, so please make sure you have a correct...
Probably has got line weather or something on.
Yep, I've double checked, and on VATSIM I'm showing up as 369.
If you lose a Lego piece, just walk around barefoot in the house a while. Love it, DFW. It's like they're attracted to your barefoot, isn't it? Little Lego pieces.
Agent 631 identified.
Alpaca 38 Echo inbound, go down, flight 350.
Alpaca 38 Echo
Oh wow, is there an Apollo 11 airfix? I know you can get a 747, a NASA 747-200 with the space shuttle as an airfix kit. I was never that great at airfix, not as good as the people are when they're pressing it. It's a good YouTube channel I watched years ago with a professional airfix builder. His models looked incredible. Brandon, you thought it was a vape for like 2 seconds. Aaron, A6 1969, I get it. What's the altitude issue that guy was having then? Because is that a Microsoft Flight Sim thing? So a lot of people are saying, oh, that's the worst issue. Because it sounds like he had standard set on his aircraft. Maybe it's not using light weather. Sometimes I've had it with active sky. Hasn't updated to live weather.
Squawk 5162, Speedberg 636. Sorry, I think I transposed the numbers.
Hey Rohit, he says, hi Captain, what's up, all good? Yeah, all very good, thank you very much sir. Nice to see you in here.
Radar, good afternoon, Agent 26 Papa Tango, inbound, vacant.
Also that lovely ortho I downloaded.
Radar, good evening, Agent 629 with you, flight level 350.
Agent 629 Adria radar identified.
Waypoint are we inbound to? Tadam.
Roger, Vienna Austrian 801 level 410.
So we're over Serbia. There we go. There we are. Overhead Serbia. We'll be then flying over Macedonia, then into Greece.
Good evening, Austrian 801 is flight level.
The ortho here is very nice. Ping maps.
801 Adria radar identified.
Radar, Alpha 31 with you, flight level 350.
Alpha 31 Alpha Adria radar identified.
Oh, Jenna Hofer, you were 12 days old when Apollo 11 launched. Wicked. That's sick.
And Alpaca Monaco Fox race back.
Alpaca 1 Echo 4.
I have to turn the temperature option off as I recall. There was a post I read about this.
Question 1 Echo Fox, 1 second.
I'm back in the cockpit.
Roger.
Alpaca Micro Sierra, flight level 350.
Alpaca Micro Sierra Adria identified.
I've seen a conversation Aviator about as a real-life pilot uses prepared over X-Plane 11. It said the system simulation of prepared is more advanced than X-Plane 11. Yeah, I think some of the most detailed simulated aircraft. I mean, you have the Challenger 650 now from Hot Start. I mean, I don't think there's an aircraft on any simulation or simulator that has that level of simulation. That's crazy. But Expo 11 is by far, flight dynamics point of view, the best sim. DFW HVAC, love the flight captain, gotta go. Hope to see you soon at Dallas Fort Worth or other airport in America. Cheers, buddy. Thanks for popping in. Enjoy the rest of your day, sir. Enjoy your Easter. I've got no longer temp issue with Microsoft Flight Sim 2020. I regularly fly on VATSIM with no issues. Yeah, I can't remember the last time I went on VATSIM in Microsoft Flight Simulator. It was the 146, just flight pre-release 146 they sent over. Last couple Microsoft Flight Simulator streams have been in the Boeing 247 by week 42.
Over to Athena, 123825 for Lufthansa Cargo.
That's great aircraft.
Bye-bye.
Edge is a bit sensitive at the moment, but hopefully that'll be updated soon.
Athena 1385 people.
Oh, it's getting warm now. You can tell summer's on its way in the UK. It's a lovely day here in the UK. I should really be outside. But as I said at the start here, this is my last opportunity to stream now. Till Thursday. We've got, don't forget members, flights on Saturday next week. Information or booking will open up for the next couple of days or so. I've got confirmation from all ATC that they'll provide HC for us, which is great.
Break, Shamrock 440, squawk 5173.
173, Shamrock 440. Ready 52, Belavia 457.
Belavia 457, second your position.
Cool. Ah yes, I remember the Challenger 650 talking. Yeah, they did have an altitude issue, but it's because the altimeter's too realistic. I remember. Yes, it has temperature error, hasn't it? And altimeter's affected by temperature. It's the same in real life. So you know, because I don't think well, X-Plane definitely doesn't. I don't know what the situation in Microsoft Flight Simulator is. X-Plane doesn't simulate temperature altimeter error. So when we fly in real life in temperatures below freezing, or the temperature at the destination aerodrome is below zero, we have to make temperature corrections to all the altitudes below the MSA. And if you don't VNAV, if you're flying a precision approach, will put you way too low. Oh, that's cool. So Microsoft Flight Simulator does correct temperature error in altimeters. That's cool. That'll be great to see with the PMDG. See how they've modelled temperature error. Very dangerous, yeah. Always got to remember in aviation, pressure, high to low, down you go. Same with temperature. There was another acronym from hot to cold, but I can't remember what it is. But when you get to very cold temperatures below -20, -30, the altimetry error can be a few hundred feet, depending on how high above the altimetry source you are. Cool. Oh, it's playing the intro music, lovely. I think we'll skip that. Right, let's have a look at the VATSIM arrivals into Athena. Oh my god, look how many aircraft. So the event's now officially started. They now have 5 ATC controllers on, 2 approach frequencies, ground and tower. God, look how many arrivals going in as well. So I'm flying in all the way from Keflavik as well. It's really cool. I use VATScope app on my phone. It's free, but you can pay for a small amount of money for an update, which gives you quite a lot of information. You can press the airport and you can see all the air arrivals inbound. We've also got an aircraft inbound from somewhere very far away. Oh, someone flew from Athens going into Anchorage. He's just about to land. It's not flying. There's also a VATSIM event, isn't there, in Tenerife? I can see that. Tenerife and Lisbon, a lot of aircraft on that sector. Across the balcony, but eastbound edition. ALP, how's the event? Very good so far. He's been flawless. We have the ATC for the entire sector as well.
Hello, good afternoon. Sleeper 608 Whiskey.
Sleeper 608 Whiskey, Adria identified.
Mason did cross the pond from Tenerife, went flawless all the way. Yeah, unfortunately I missed cross the pond this year due work. The westbound one. The eastbound one. It's yeah, back on full roster now. There's 164 inbound for Athens. So. Hey Lauren, hope you're doing well. You're at a standstill behind a Concorde out of Heathrow who's actually not gone supersonic overland. Oh, God, that's not gonna be. He's going to run out of fuel in about 3 hours. Spare thought for Tenerife arrivals though. Yeah, how many aircraft are inbound to Tenerife? Yeah, that's only one runway. Busy airport in real life, but not. Well, seems to be all getting in there. There's 2 aircraft very close to each other on final. Tenerife has 47 arrivals. Pretty much from Lisbon. See where the busiest airports are. It's got to be Athens, isn't it? Top 10. Let's have a look here. Popular airports. Athens, most popular with 123 arrivals. Then Lisbon, 48 departures. Then Tenerife. Then Heathrow. It's all the airports taking part in this event today, basically. 123 arrivals. Basically, I landed with 700 kilos in the A321. That would be a fuel mayday. Lots of alpacas flew across the pond, including myself. Superb, thanks guys.
123825 or Hotel Chicago 34 Yankee, thank you.
Speeder 711 Athena 123.825.
Athena now 123.825, cheers for service, Speeder 711.
Yeah, 700 kilos. Don't be whenever you land with less than sort of 2 tons, when you're going down to 100 kilos in your per tank, you always want to be thinking about where you're going to be landing. The least amount of fuel I've ever landed with was as a first officer once. It was about 1,700 kilos. We had to go around because of visibility, and we'd been holding for 10 minutes, did the approach, had to go around, and then we diverted. We got messed around a little bit, getting to our alternate, which was in the UK. That was years ago. It was one of my first flights, over 10 years ago now. But I did with, yeah, I had about 850 kilos spare, but no, I mean, it's very unlucky if you're having to land in real life with 700 kilos of fuel. That's serious. That's less than sort of 20 minutes of fuel before the engines flame out. Nasty.
Sierra Papa Mike Alpha Sierra, your eye.
If you want to know about fuel, let's have a look at our flight plan. So, people do often ask. So, during the planning stage, the reserve figure we put in here, 2.9. This amount of fuel isn't your final reserve. This is the amount of fuel you need or will burn to divert to your alternate, having flown the full missed approach from your arrival airport, and then flight plan routing, which is accounted for in the flight plan. So if we are to divert, it's the sum of these 2 figures here. So basically, if this fuel here, LGTS, we're going to burn 1,800 kilos to get there. That's flying a full missed approach in Athens for the expected runway, then flying this SID, although you're already airborne, and flying this routing up to 30,000 feet, 42 minutes, you're going to burn 1,800 kilos of fuel. And if you divert with final, this figure here, if you divert from Athens with this amount of fuel, 2.9, you'll arrive with this amount of fuel here, final reserve. So ideally, you don't want to divert with this fuel figure. You can, obviously, and it's legal to do so, but you're leaving it quite tight. You're going to be quite close to your final reserves once you arrive at your alternate. So if there's any further disruption, you're going to put yourself, back yourself into a corner. Which is why we carry additional fuel. to give you the time and initial buffer to divert there. So 2.9 is the sum of this here, 1796, that's your fuel to divert your alternate and your final reserve, and we must do everything to protect this. We never plan to burn this, and this final reserve figure is enough to hold for 30 minutes 1500 feet above the aerodrome elevation. If you see at any point that you're landing with less than this, you have to declare Mayday with a fuel emergency. So if you're landing with 1300, like you mentioned already, you're getting close to that, you're okay, you've landed with more than that. But any time we anticipate we're going to land with less than final reserve, you must divert. Declare a fuel emergency in Mayday, which I'm touch wood never had to do. Alejandro, you're flying now on an A350 flight factor from Paris to LA. Excellent, that's a long sector. Must be like 10-12 hours.
Roger, right off of 36 control for the check.
Victor Alpha 85.
Apologies, I had a SIM crash, I've just reconnected. Am I alright to continue directed there?
Yes, you are. I've had that.
3,
That reminds
6,
me.
Victor
Actually, I have
Alpha,
also
okay.
saved on. No. I
Continue
don't have to worry
directed now,
about
I'm
it.
going to reclimb to flight level 39 there, if that's okay.
Mustafa Mamechi, can you explain what the cost index is, please? Yeah, the cost index is, simply put this, it's simply a number you enter the FMC, which is a balance between wear and tear of the engine and saving fuel. So if you have a lower cost index, you'll burn less fuel, more economical, but you're flying for longer, so the engines are working for longer, and obviously a lot of the maintenance actions based off time, and it's a balance between fuel and time. Now, with fuel being so expensive at the moment, I mean, my operator, we just have a fixed cost index generally. We don't have a fixed cost index, we have other cost indexes if we want to fly faster. If we're running late with this curfews. So, you know, as pilots, we just enter it into the FMS, but it really is quite a complex calculation between how expensive fuel is, because if you have a higher cost index, you're going to burn more fuel, but you're going to get there quicker, so the engines are operating for a less amount of time. So yeah, at Alpaca Airways we have a cost index of 30, fixed.
Telescope 9 Whiskey Romeo Adria radar identified.
At DC 9798, do you ever get bored when you're setting the cruise? What do you do to occupy yourself? Well, you've got your colleague next to you, you can have a good chat with him. On the very long sectors, you know, 8-9 hours, it can get a little bit repetitive, let's say, especially if you're doing it 4 or 5 days on the road, but yeah, you usually catch up with the guy. You never stop learning. You know, there's so much that you can continue learning. So you've got your EFB, exactly, here it is, there as well, with all the manuals. Honestly, I'm constantly having to flick through it and refresh things and whatnot. That's what we're up to. No problem with stuff. It was a very basic answer, but if you look online, you'll find lots of detailed information about how cost index is actually calculated. There'll be some fancy equation probably.
123.825, Alpaca 7380.
Stephen, you typed a short version as always. I gave a far better version. Are you talking about cost index? Well, it was a very basic one as well. Ah, yeah, so that was basic. What if your gym ends up being very boring? Thankfully, that's not the case. Like-minded people typically fly aircraft, so certainly since I've been a skipper, I've not flown with anyone that's been boring.
Okay.
737 Captain, is there any max version available that we can fly? There is this Walter White max for X-Plane, which apparently is okay now, can be used, but I've heard it's not always. I don't fully understand why I did, but there's not a very good max available.
Antenna 12385, runway 1 Quebec, bye-bye.
Pro Gamer, did you fly modular or integrated? What would you say is better? I went integrated back in 2009. End of 2009, I started my flight training. Back then, it was sort of stated or believed that if you were an integrated student, you'd have more chance of getting a direct entry right seat for an airline in Europe. I can assure you that certainly nowadays, and certainly the last few 5-6 years, makes absolutely no difference. modular, obviously, it's going to take you longer to get your license, but you can do it at your own pace. You can do it whenever you wish to do it. I think there's a time frame from you doing your ATPL ground exams and then taking your IR test or something like that. It's 2 or 3 years. I wish I'd done it because I've saved myself a lot of money. But I can't dismiss integrated. It's a good way of doing it. I enjoyed it. In classroom environments, like a little course really. And keep in touch with quite a few guys as well. Lauren, as far as I know, the Max of the X-Men 11 is a cosmetic add-on. It doesn't really change any performance. Interesting. Yeah, I should think it's quite close to the NG. The Max is significantly more fuel efficient than the NG. On long stage, you sort of save 7 to 10% fuel burn, and it's been designed to handle in a very similar way to the NG as well. There's a lot of stuff going on for us. I mean, we all heard about MCAS, but there's systems on that aircraft to make it fly like an NG.
Olympic 174, good afternoon. Climbing flight level 3990. Olympic 174, Adria radar identified.
No, I'm yet to fly the Max. We do have them. We do have them. Sim 737 pilot, regarding cost index, what, if any, are the minimum max cost index values for the 737-800 that are able to be entered? Does your operator generally use the same small range or it varies? I'll show you a nice document in a minute. 737 pilot's got webcam here. 86, Abel, thanks for the $5, buddy.
Hi Captain.
Hello.
I'm always hesitant to use vertical speed as I have no frame of reference.
Why? Great mode.
What are typical speeds and what's a normal for a CDA?
Great question, 86 Abel. Thanks a lot for the $5. 737 pilot will get back to you regarding cost index numbers. MCP. Don't be afraid to use any of the modes to get the job done. It's a toolbox. LNAV, VNAV are the main modes we're using if you're on the magenta line. Vertical speed is a great pitch mode. The aircraft will do exactly what vertical speed you put in the MCP. Got to be wary though, it's a speed unstable mode, so if you put VS minus 6,000, the aircraft will happily do it, you know, donkey in a carrot style. It won't care about speed, it will do its best to keep speed so obviously if you're doing 6,000 feet, put it rate to descent, it will close the thrust levers to try and maintain the speed, but it will just run away from you. So to fly a CDA, you want to try and continuously descend. Vertical speed is very useful for that. I mean, a CDA, as far as ATC is concerned, is just you not levelling off, so you can do even 200, 100 feet per minute if you had to maintain a CDA. Best really demonstrates its into descent, so we can talk about it. But CDA, yeah, just try not to level off. Typical speeds, try and follow ICAO speeds, 86 Adele, so 250 knots below 100. After the initial approach fix, 220 knots, base leg 180 knots, and then turning final sort of establishes your configuration speed for flight 5 and 7 for about 160. So that's it. Best of luck with your next CDA. Anyway, talking about cost indexes, when I was an instructor, ZIBO Mod wanted to find out what all the speeds were in descent. Now, for cost index in climb, your cost index will control your climb speed to a degree, but what has a bigger effect is your headwind or tailwind component. If you have quite a strong headwind, your climb speed is quite fast because it wants to climb. No, let me get this right. It's always the opposite. What do you think it is? If you have a very strong headwind in the climb, it'll fly at a slower. Always get this wrong way. Very strong headwind. It will fly a slower speed to get as high as possible, so it can get to the tailwind, or vice versa. If you have a very strong tailwind, it'll fly at a slower speed, so it can get higher, so it can get into the tailwind. So yeah, strong headwind, higher speed, so it's longer than vice versa. But in descent, the only thing that controls your descent speed in the 737 is your cost index. It doesn't matter what wind you put in, the descent speed's always the same. And when you use cost index, anything greater than, I think it's 100, any cost in the 737 you can select a cost index of 500, but in descent it's pretty pointless. Because it's all the same. So cost index 100, descent speed's decimal 79, and on conversion 330 knots. And then everything up to 500 is exactly the same. Same with cruise as well. Cruise about 81. So I don't know why you have the option to select a higher one, but they are fixed in the descent speeds. Philip Reed, thank you very much. I don't know if you're just renewing your membership or you'll come back. Welcome back, buddy, if you have been away. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for spending over a year as a member. Hope you're doing well. And, welcome back on board. Lowering cost index in descent goes out the window. 405 in the US, since our RNAV stars often have to convert to 280. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, whenever we fly cost index speeds at my operator, many arrivals we have, well, it's just due to sheer amount of traffic, we're given speeds by ATC. All we have to do is make a note in the captain's remarks section if we can't fly cost index speeds, just so we, we try to. But yeah, I'd say for us probably 50-50.
Hello, good evening, Lufthansa 3 Charlie. Sorry for contacting a little bit late. Next waypoint, Hoodle, flight level 370.
Lufthansa 3 Lima Charlie, Adria, Roger.
Yeah, I think I was getting myself confused there with the cost index. I was just thinking there. So in climb, if you have a very strong tailwind in the FMS, the aircraft will fly a slower speed. If you fly a slower speed, it will climb faster, so you can utilise the tailwind. If you have a very strong headwind in the FMC, the aircraft will fly faster, so it takes longer to climb, so it doesn't want to get up into the headwind. Yeah, I've just found my notes here. So this was when I was testing for the ZIBO a few years ago. These are, excuse my scrawly handwriting, these were all cost index speeds. I don't know if it's focusing. So you have up here cost indexes of 0, 10, 20 and 30, and these were the descent speeds in the FMS, and these are fixed speeds. Doesn't matter what winds are, they're always the same there. So cost index 30, you can see we're using today in the ZIBO mod, it's 7.5. That can actually be higher based off your cruise econ speed. But on conversion, it should be 273 knots. So I just checked the ZIBO mod, should be 273. On not either side. 284. I need to talk to ZIBO. It should be 273. It's been 284 for a while, actually. But it should be fixed. It should be fixed. They were once. But yeah, basically, I'll bring up the webcam again. You can see when the cost index sort of gets to 80. Where are you guys? 80. I don't know. I have no idea if you can see this. See, cost index 80, 7, 330. Everything. Cost index 90, 100. Cost index 500. Look, it's the same speeds. From 100 is 796, but it's 330 above cost index 80. But I did this by basically, I was in the level D sim at work, and just tried by punching in different cost indexes, just seeing what speeds they gave. There's no documented guidance anywhere on that, apart from all my notes. I haven't missed ATC, have I? How are we doing as well for flight time and fuel and everything? 230 miles. Alpaca 16 Victor Golf, maintaining decimal 78.
Alpaca 16 Victor Golf, Roger, break. Alpaca 1 Echo Delta, report Mach speed.
Someone right at my APU.
79 Alpaca 1 Echo Delta.
1 Echo Delta, cross say again?
There he is.
Decimal 79 Alpaca 1 Echo Delta.
Echo Delta, Roger, reduce Mach decimal 78 or less for traffic separation.
Mach decimal 78 or less, Alpaca 1 Echo Delta.
Alpaca 16 Victor Golf, keep Mach decimal 79 or greater.
79 or greater, Alpaca 16 Victor Golf. Yeah, I can tell the future. 79. Typical ATC do that in exactly in real. AT do that in real life exactly as well. 777 Pop, can you show those nice split skimmitter winglets again? Yes, we've gone for the ultra modern NG today. Yeah. I personally prefer the plated winglets.
492, continue Unicom 122.8.
Why not? Why not?
122.8, bye bye.
Commander Jedi, just do what V1 does. Cost index of 99. Anything lower, according to him, is noob numbers. Brilliant. Last time I flew a Costa X100 flight plan was last month. We had a curfew at one of our destinations, so we had to get in before a certain time. Ops will give you a higher flight plan, higher cost index to ensure curfew. Damn bots. Yeah, sorry about the bots popping in and out of chat. That's very common on the weekend. They're all bots trying to get you to go on some elusive website. Please don't click any links or copy and paste it in there. Luke, how many spools does the 737 engine have? Their CFM's 2 spool. Has 2 spools. Two shafts. I don't think I've ever used the term spool. Oh, Patrick L, that's me behind you. Yeah, zooming away. Just told to put your air brakes on. Right, overhead Kogats. So this is the boundary actually with Serbia and Macedonia. I don't know if Macedonia is online ATC wise. Macedonia. Oh, actually says this area doesn't have ATC. Oh, has he just gone off? So the next boundary will be with Athena. We'll take this opportunity, just have a quick break, because I think we might be holding for a while.
Alpaca 36 Victor Alpha, caution speedbird 36 Victor Alpha.
Macedonia is part of Adrian. That's
825.
123.855.
So Talas is the boundary with the Greeks, and we should be there.
825.
At 33.
Alpaca 1 Mike. Caution Alpaca 1 Juliet Mike, contact Athena 123.825.
Contact Athena on 123.825 for Alpaca 1 Juliet Mike. Air Radar, hello, this is Ryan here, 3 Whiskey Papa, we're inbound to Tisac, cruising at flight level 350.
Hi Roy, good afternoon from Portugal. Alright, to you. Was the fuel warning light on for a few seconds? We've got 20 kilos in the centre, so that should come off any. Actually, it looks like we've been going for the main tanks for a while now, so we'll turn
Okay, repeat that please, Ryan, 3 Whiskey Papa.
Down back at 16 Victor Golf. It's okay, we just have a 5-minute break.
Alpaca 16 Victor Golf, Roger approved, break, Ryanair 3 Whiskey.
Awesome stuff, guys. I'm just going to have a quick 30 minutes. No, it's a bit too long. 5-minute break, guys. Just nip to the toilet. I'll leave you with the tunes on here and the external webcam view with stapler cam. I'll be back in about 5 minutes. Just go to have a quick toilet break. See you shortly. Thanks, that guys.
Return to cockpit.
Roger.
Look who's here in the cockpit. He was trying to take over. Good boy. Oh, no, don't fall. Who's that there? Look here, look here. Ah, he's really camera shy today. Here, look. Here.
Agent
No, he's down. He's down.
1, flight heading 150.
He ain't happy. Right. Well, bye then. This gets camera shy sometimes, a bit like me. Alpaca 16 Victor Golf, we're back, thanks for that.
Victor Golf, right contact Athena with assigned speed 123.825.
123.825 with the speed, Alpaca 16 Victor Golf, bye. So that's a blocked radio already. Athena, Calispera, Alpaca 16 Victor Golf, maintaining flight level 370, Talis, Mach decimal 790 or greater.
Alpaca 16 Victor Golf, yes, radar contact. Alpaca 38 Echo, radar contact.
Busy, busy.
Alpaca 738 for further descent, Macedonia.
150 miles to go, so we're going to take our time to get having set up nice and early. No doggy peanut butter today. I do actually have some, Brandon. It's, he had cheese steak prior to the stream, so he's not having any more. Don't get too fat. Right, so hand over controls to Patrick, Jim. Let's get a Athena chart. So we're expecting an arrival of Box 1 Charlie.
Descent level 330. Descent 330, it's out of 454. Right, and 1 Quebec Papa, descent level 330. So flight level 330, right?
So where is in use there? Using 03 left for depart, 03 right for departure, 03 left. Oh no.
Random 624.
Approach type ILS Zulu, landing on runway 03 right. Okay. What is 03 left? 03.
Speedway 126, yes, radar contact.
Still the same arrival, so ILS Zulu 03 right. So 8 is here, Athena, approach type ILS Zulu, landing runway 03 right. And 03 left, take off runway 03 right. Okay, they're using both runways. I actually will stick with plan for 03 left because we get to 03 left first coming in from the northwest. So, let's go for ILS 03 left initial approach.
134, 325, Itaro 454, thank you for service, ciao, grazie.
Roger. Australian Romeo Alpha for your descent over to Macedonia 132375.
Parking stands. I'll mention some of the items in my operator's briefing pack as well. So things we need to be aware of in Athens. Oh, come on, time.
Again.
250 below 100, forecast winds will punch in now.
Parker 585, descent level 330.
Descent 330.
Check my controls.
Australian
Yeah, Steph, question, what happens if you get TCAS traffic alert on approach, knowing that a parallel approach is taking place, go around? So there should be sufficient spacing between the runways to prevent that from happening. TCAS caution alerts are based off closure rates between two aircraft. I have landed at airports with parallel runway ops, never been an issue. TCAS RAs are inhibited below a certain height as well. Well, initially starts going below, I think it's 1,000 feet, all RAs are inhibited. Below 15 to 1600 there's no descent RAs initiated, so either way, if you get an RA, you comply with it. But with parallel approach it shouldn't be an issue.
Okay, 7 Golf, descent level 330.
100 to 8070.
Turn flight level 330, Alpha 87 Golf.
Executed. QNH is 1011.
585, contact Macedonia 132375.
Fixed rings runway 03 left, punch in. 10 and 4. 37,000 feet, so slash 111 should be roughly where top descent starts.
0095, ready for descent.
00905, descent level.
So what we're going to do is actually get everything set up first, and then I'll
Zero,
the approach.
009.
Park 97 Golf, Macedonia 132375.
So,
3755, Alpha K 87 Golf.
032.
Radar Golf here at Delta Charlie Lima 543, heading 150.
That was boxed and I will call you one by one. I heard the Golf Sierra Delta Charlie Lima, is that correct?
7 Golf Sierra Delta Charlie Lima heading 135.
For Sierra Delta Charlie Lima, yes, radar contact, continue with that heading.
So frequency course is minimums are set as is the missed approach frequency. 86 Bell, hi Captain, with my earlier question I meant what's a typical vertical speed in feet per minute? Not sure what you mean there. There is no typical vertical speed. Descent. Vertical speed rates of descent can be between 100 feet per minute. So if you're trying to recover your height, if you're a bit high, you do 300 knots of speed break, 5,500 to 6,000 feet per minute is achievable. There is no sort of standard vertical speed really. Approaching your cleared level, you want to be doing no more than 3,000 feet per minute. With 3,000 feet to go, 2,000 feet per minute, and about 2,000 feet to go, etc, etc. There isn't a typical descent, you just use the mode to see what happens. But yeah, if you go level change and descent and start accelerating your speed rate, you get very high rates of descent, 5,500 to 6,000. It's quite completely normal.
Austrian 801, turn right by 15 degrees.
Athena, I'm reading a bit of my briefing pack as much as I'd like to share with you. I can't, but I quote some of the things it mentions for arrival. So it says, arrivals from the north into Athens, expect vectors from ROPIX. If you're landing on 03 left or 03 right. There could be significant wind direction velocity due to orographic effects during descent. Not really modern, as in explain. Talks about the preferred configuration, so northeast configuration landing from 1500 to 1800 Zulu, which is us. Landing at 03 left is preferred. Take off 03 right. Expect shortened approach with radar vectors, so we can see how we can shorten the approach. Plan for that. So my operator, dual runway ops here. See, it has 2 runways. If we're within 10 miles, we cannot accept side steps due to proximity of terrain. So side steps within 10 miles are prohibited because the aircraft will be placed very low or very high depending on which runway you're switching to. So we can change runways, but not within 10 miles on my operator. So we'd have to fly missed approach unless they can approve it. Just be cautious because Greek ground crew are known for selecting incorrect aircraft type on visual docking guidance system. Oh dear. Okay, so that's it, they're the main issues here. So, starting with this arrival. There's Ropox. So I've allowed for the Ropox 1 Charlie, which takes us south-west. There is a Ropox 1 Papa which goes over the airfields to hold at Kia. Maybe they're doing that today, we'll have a look later. But I'm expecting the Ropox 1 Charlie a little bit shorter, which takes us to the Agena NDB. And then from the Agena NDB there is a transition onto the ILS. But we're expecting vectors. Really depends how busy it is. If they're super busy... Oops, I just accidentally lowered the gear. Thankfully I didn't lower it, I just knocked the gear lever. So, in reality you'd expect vectors. If it's super busy though, we might have to hold up one of these beacons.
0346, yes, radar contact. Gen 621.
So from Elpis, we've got Sierra Kilo Papa. Rest of our routing, there's Ropox, our arrival starts here. So from Ropox, it takes us to Delta 271 left. which is in the FMC. Now, again, to cater for a potential shortcut, you never know, it could get really quiet if we get lucky here with the timing. So that's, if I put this here, that's probably more representative of what's going to happen. So Delta 271 Lima, if we get that shortcut, ideally, we'd like to be at 7,700 feet to that point. If I raise it, look, it's got the full routing, so it's got 110, so I'm going to put 7,700 here. And that will allow VNAV to put me at a suitable height to accept that shortcut. If not, we'll just have to just go vertical speed 500 feet per minute, see what happens. That's exactly what I'd be doing in real life, guys. If we don't get that shortcut, we're going to route to the Aegina NDB, which is quite a sharp left turn. 091 track to the centre fix. We've got 091 14 miles, 13.6. Potato is a radio. Once we're there, go inbound towards the ILS. Once we get the 218 radial from Sierra Alpha Tango, we make a left turn onto final. We've got the 11-mile point here, which is coded as EGN 14. I think that's just because it's DME distance from the beacon, perhaps. We can step down. Oh, that's just the initial approach shot, that's one. So we can step down eventually to 1900 feet. 1900 feet is the platform. Foxtrot India Point, that's 5 miles from the final. 5 miles is here. 5 miles checks. ILS frequencies then, we've got 105. It's active on box 1, 2. 3 times. India Alpha Tango Lima is the ident. 032 is the course, set the MCP as well. 3 times. High check we've done. Minimum is 455 feet for a Cat 3, Cat 1 ILS. RVR 550 meters required. Minimums we have set already, 455. Simple approach really. We have to go around, so Pitoga, go around flat 15, set ground, thrust deposit, ready to climb, gear up, 400 feet, select LNAV, climb straight ahead, 032 radial outbound from Sac-Piawar to 14 miles, max 220 knots to the initial turn. And then we're going to go on the 347 radial inbound to Kia, 15-0, so we can actually put that on box 2. So 1500 seats is set, and we hold there at an altitude of 5,000 feet. That's the missed approach. Enhanced skyscapes clouds. Yes, the Nightbot does have a cooldown of around 30 to 60 seconds on certain commands. Otherwise, it'll just spam the chat. So that's the approach really. High terrain to the north, 7,000 feet. If we do have to divert, remember it's Skiathos, which I think it is. What's the code for Skiathos? Lima Golf Tango Sierra. There we are. Our alternate's just off to our left wing here, so we have to divert. We're going to go down here to Skiathos.
Again, 621, go ahead. Sorry, sir, but there was continue broken the communication,
so 03 left.
Who's calling for descent? It's Alpaca 1 Juliet Mike, confirm.
We've got some high-speed exits here, Alpha 9, Alpha 10, Alpha 11. Hopefully we'll make Alpha 9, because if you can make Alpha 9, you can make a left turn onto Zulu Hotel. If you go to Alpha 10 or Alpha 11, you want to do sort of a backtrack. We actually have Kilo there we can go. So we'll try to make the first high speed at Alpha 9, which is about halfway down the runway. So it'll be about 1,700 meters. It's so busy.
Booked.
1,700 meters, I reckon, for Alpha 9, so let's have a look at the performance.
14225, goodbye.
Scandinavian 202, contact Macedonia 132375.
Never find this calculator.
132375.
So, LGAV, 03 left, 2.5% missed approach climb gradient, surface wind.
132375, Scandinavian 202.
Tom Captain, is it true that if you're accepting a sidestep within 10 miles that the threshold of the new runway must be further than the existing, else you can get hot and high? That is correct. My operator's SOP, we can only accept a sidestep. AFID's unique in the case that we can't do one within 10 miles. With certain airports we can accept it within it, but we can't be below 1,000 feet. The one we're sidestepping to has to be further away as well. So surface wind 0706.
Alpaca Mike Golf Sierra with you on flight level 350.
Alpaca Mike Golf Sierra, yes, radar contact, break, Itaro 718, are you released by Brindisi radar?
I don't think he knows what that means. If you ever get that request from AT, you've been released from shortcuts, basically ATC will tell you if they hand you over early to another FIR, they'll say you're released for shortcuts, because technically the aircraft that you can only be controlled when you're in that certain airspace, so if they AT haven't said anything, just say no, we're not being released, so we can't accept shortcuts basically until they are in their airspace.
Alpaca 1 Juliet Mike, please
fuel 5.2, we need 2.9 for Skiathos, so we've got at least nearly an hour's worth of holding fuel there, 700 to burn. 63.4. Quite heavy. About 2 tons below the max landing weights. So flat 30 order break 3, 1800 metres. That is factored. And that should be enough to vacate at Alpha 9. Flat 30 order break 3. We'll use second D10 reverse and brake cooling. That's it, landing performance complete.
9047 for further descent, contact Alpina.
Steve Cooklesy, you won't make Alpha 9 with your floaty butters. We always go for the butter here.
I still can't believe it's not butter.
What's speed limit for entering high speed? Vacating taxiways maximum 60 algorithm, but ideally 45. Some have their own speed limits. Most of them entered is about 45 is my target, so I'm always entering 45. Lauren, wouldn't the controller coordinate release for shortcuts? Maybe it's harder in Europe where international borders are concerned. Yeah, certain parts of Europe, yeah, they're going to be quite strict. But typically, yeah, you're given the shortcut by your controller to the FIR boundary, and they would advise you prior to entering boundary release for shortcuts as well. But I'm not a controller, but it is often coordinated.
440 break, speed AF43 Juliet, descent level 330.
Demetrius, my man, and Donis is doing a stellar job on ATC today. He is the man. I've heard this guy several times. He's provided ATC for us. He's got his work cut out as well today. My goodness. Serious amount of traffic inbound to Athens.
Okay, go ahead. Radar contact.
Right, best do a descent checklist.
Descent checklist. Pressurization.
Land out 300 is set.
Set.
Anti-ice.
Off.
Approach briefing and fuel.
Discussed.
IAS and alt bugs.
Checked and set.
Descent checklist complete.
So you'll notice I skipped the after takeoff checklist. That's because of my operator. The after takeoff checklist is completed by pilot monitoring. Silently.
Maintain your cruising level. If you're descending now, okay, descent level 330 to maintain.
And then maintain 330, okay, 38.
Pegasus 9R16, squawk 700.
Stephen Nandy, how far until top of descent? Not long to go, buddy.
7002 Pegasus.
20 miles.
538.
51 Zulu. 3 minutes.
Descent now, level 330.
Brandon M. Boga? Butter or go around? Are you actually saying what? Or do I need to do Boga today? Descent flight level 330, Alpaca 16 Victor Golf.
Alpaca 38
Set, top of descent and chats, out of events. And it'll go straight into descent mode because we're at 50 miles. And this will do 1,000 feet per minute.
Flight level 330 and contact.
Mason, you've got 02 right for arrival, that's copied. I can quickly change that over in the FMS if needed.
132375.
But I'll see, guys. If I have a lot of holding, no to Boga. So I do have work tomorrow. Very early start. Bone King 1. For real. Butter landing is not always the best option, right? Absolutely not. We don't ever intend to butter. This is a common misconception amongst the general public and flight sim enthusiasts that butter is a good landing. Yes, very satisfying, and it's nice when you get a smooth landing, and I do try and butter to keep you all appeased, But anyone in chat would like to quote what Boeing say in the flight crew training manual?
538.
A smooth landing is not the what for a what. Actually written in the FCTM.
Paga 16 Victor Golf, Macedonia 132375.
132375, Alpaca 16 Victor Golf, bye.
Yeah. Itaro 8089, ready for descent.
Macedonia.
Itaro 083.
No butter equals Boeing. Abish, you're quite right. A criteria for a safe landing, that's it. Smooth landing is not the criterion for a safe landing.
Radar, you can 050 direct to Xanit, flight level 130. 0050, hello, identify flight level 130.
So, we're told to
Climb
maintain
flight level 150.
in the cruise, not be giving any speed in descent yet.
150, Cathay 38, hello, continue descent flight level 200.
Boeing official manual says Boga. Macedonia, good evening, Alpaca 16 Victor Golf, descending flight level 330, inbound to Sigfo.
Alpaca 16 Victor Golf, hello, continue descent flight level 250.
Descend flight level 250, Alpaca 16 Victor Golf. That's 250, checked. So VNAV, it'll do 1,000 feet per minute until it recaptures the profile. Once it gets that, this will prevent retard, and then arm, and just follow the path down. Steve, I believe they said there's an old butter, there's a cold butter, there was not old cold butter, there's butter spin now.
132.975, goodbye Scandinavian 2.
Did the aircraft majors guard prefer butter? Probably. They just prefer us finishing the day landing on stand with no technical entries.
Australia 81 Hotel Juliet, request descent.
The speed's dropping off there. Once it's 15 knots below its target speed, it'll add thrust, but it should start increasing again because it's just gone a smidge below profile there. There we go. So we'll just monitor that.
Athena, Alpaca 1 Juliet Mike, request further descent.
Austria 1 Hotel Juliet.
Cool.
Descent
So we're going to maintain 77 on conversion 284 knots, which we're always doing. A little bit low on their speed.
Alpaca 1 Juliet Mike, descent flight level 170.
And live time, live weather events, so it's just about to set.
Alpaca 1 Juliet Mike.
Speedbird 1926, descent flight level 190. Descending flight level 190, Speedbird 1926.
Macedonia Control, good afternoon. Speedbird 43 Juliet, flight level 330.
I'm flying out of Rome, it's freaking busy. It's amazing how there are no flow restrictions. Wow. Yeah, there was one of the departure airports, wasn't it? Fiumicino. I think that was the shortest sector to get to Athens. Thanks everyone that voted in the YouTube community post regarding the departure airport. Everyone has stay up to date with community posts, which I usually only use to promote live streams upcoming. Only way I think to get notifications is to subscribe and push the bell icon. As people did ask, I never saw the community vote or anything like that. It is up there. And Vienna was voted the favorite departure airport, so that's where we departed from there.
Alpaca 1 Juliet Mike, contact Athena arrival 132.975.
132975, Alpaca 1 Juliet Mike, thanks very much, CAT, goodbye.
Speedbird 1926, contact Athena arrival 132.975.
Release via specific boundary waypoint, stated letter agreement between ASMPs. I guess Greece and Macedonia don't have.
Alpha, contact Athena arrival 132.975.
Athena 132.975, thank you, bye.
Luke, have you flown Split Skinner 73 in real life? Do you prefer split skin or bladed winglets? No, I've not flown it, and I do prefer the look of the bladed winglets. It looks a lot cleaner.
Macedonia control, speed 43 Juliet with you, flight level 190.
Blockety blocked.
Speedbird 43 Juliet, descent flight level 190. Turn to 190, speedbird 43 Juliet.
So we haven't been cleared on any arrival yet. Hopefully happen prior to roadblocks, and we advise what runway is used. We might get a runway change 03 right.
Alpaca 16 Victor Golf, descent flight level 15, correction 170.
Descent flight level 170, Alpaca 16 Victor.
Minimums. Approaching minimums.
Alpaca 1 Echo Delta, descent
70 checked. Cheers, Steve.
190.
Sleep for joining us, remember. Glad you joined the content stream today. You get invited to our members only Discord. Hope you enjoy using the custom post chat. Thank you very much for the dedicated support. Welcome, welcome.
Number 214 Alpha Kilo climb flight level.
ZIBO will level up. This is the ZIBO mod at Mist.
Flight level 360 expediting 205 kilo.
Domino Mosina, are you able to tell that you're transmitting over someone else in real life? No. Once you are holding the push to talk button talking, you have no idea if you're talking over anyone else.
Alpaca 16 Victor Golf, contact Athens arrival 132.975.
132.975, Alpaca 16 Victor Golf, bye bye.
Early arrival.
Stephen is manual descent land from such altitudes below 25,000 feet in land flight, so yeah, if you want to disconnect, you can do that. Not a good idea in a busy TMA though, because traffic, thunderstorms.
Approaching the Echo Golf November. Blocked.
Oh my goodness me.
1 by 1, GM991, turn left heading 050.
Alright, blocked again.
Let ATC go, usually if it's blocked, let ATC go.
Kilo Oscar Romeo.
So we've got a bit of time until Rodbox, 3 minutes. It's amazing the human brain. You know how there's a gap for about the same amount of time, about 5 or 6 seconds, and everyone talks at the same time.
81 Hotel Juliet, Athens arrival identified. Expect
You see using real life SOPs? Yes, I use my operators. And next question, who's your operator? Oops, I just turned the loader you off. Semico, I wish not to disclose.
Right heading 220,
Minimums.
like 87 Golf, turn left heading 1.
Chris and you too, welcome to everybody. Glad you joined the content. Members only Discord for you as well. Hope you're doing well.
Have a great day. Left heading 020.
Left 020, J991.
801, contact direct of close and only 121.4.
Inbound Delta 002 uniform, flight level 250.
Arrow 0228, Athens arrival, hello identified.
Cycle belts, around 15 minutes.
Echo request descent.
Like a 38 Echo, descent flight level 190.
Descent flight level 190, like a 38 Echo.
Like 87 Golf, descent altitude 7000, 1011.
Altitude 8000, connect 1011, Alpaca 87 Golf.
Update 38, descent flight level 120.
London on Friday. Athena, hello, Alpaca 16 Victor Golf, descending flight level 170, roadbox.
Alpaca 16 Victor Golf, Athens arrival, hello, identified. Expect ILS Zulu, runway 03 right.
ILS Zulu 03 right, Alpaca 16 Victor Golf. So that is the other
Speedbird
ILS approach, that's fine.
366,
What do you do?
Flow identified, direct Echo Golf November, enter the hold as published Echo Golf
So now
November,
we've been told to
descent
enter the
flight
hold,
level 1.
I'm going to get rid of that 7-7 restriction. So that's going to put us back now 4,000 feet below.
Like 38 Echo, direct Echo Golf November, enter the hold Echo Golf November as published, maintain 190 from racing.
So ILS Zulu 03 right, Echo Golf November transition still.
190, like a 38 Echo.
Austrian 81 Hotel Juliet, proceed direct Echo Golf November, expect holding over Echo Golf November as published.
Direct Echo Golf November and expect holding me.
So we'll not be given any speed. We're just going to be starting at 250.
Gear 991, contact director, call sign only, 121, that's no port, bye-bye.
Let's have a look at this.
114, call sign only, Gear 991.
Okay, 1 Echo Fox, right heading 3003.
Inbound Echo Golf November, flight level 250.
So they're all having told to hold, so what I'm going to start doing is reducing speeds.
0228,
Not be giving any speed descents, there's no point going fast if you think you're going to hold.
Enter hold Echo Golf November, 8028.
Approach, good morning, Alpaca 1.
032, 111, Cialis.
Inbound Dropbox information, Charlie.
Okay, 1 Echo Delta, Athens arrival identified, info Charlie correct. Cleared Dropbox, 1 Papa arrival, ILS Zulu, runway 03 right.
Oh, I just want to confirm which arrival he wants us. He has not told us, so I'm stuck with the Dropbox 1 Charlie.
Speedbird 43 Juliet. Go ahead. So identify direct Echo Golf November.
So you see how they're using both holds, one at Kia and one at Agena to basically split up the rivals. Good idea.
Echo Golf November, can you confirm the rest, please? 43 Juliet, ILS Zulu 03 left, enter Echo Golf November holding as published. Runway 3 left, Zulu, Echo Golf November as
I'm
published.
thinking 003 right, you want to use probably to Kilo.
1 Echo Fox, contact director, call sign only, 121, decimal 4, bye-bye.
121, decimal 4, we're call sign only, Alpaca 1 Echo Fox 3.
Let's hold it at Agena for now. Minimum's now 471.
0839, Athens arrival identified. Proceed direct Echo Golf November. Enter the hold Echo Golf November as published. Maintain 250.
Maintaining 250, all this published at Echo Golf November 839.
So the approach is pretty much the same. Still going via Echo Golf November. And then the transition, there is initial approach chart, but it basically is exactly the same, guys.
Enter the hold Kilo Echo Alpha as published, maintain level 120.
And it just takes us from that point over to 03 right now.
192C.
ILS now 3,200 is the new platform altitude, which is here. 3 degree ILS, with the new minimum set, just need to change the fixed rings as well.
Okay, 1 Echo Delta, proceed direct Echo Golf November, enter the hold as published.
10-4.
Echo Golf November, enter hold Alpaca 1 Echo Delta.
We're not being advised to actually hold.
8 Echo in the
We can
hold
anticipate
descent
that.
altitude.
Fixed courses minimums are all set then, fixed rings as well. This approach is slightly different now. Climb straight ahead. 032 from Spa now, 17.5.
Right heading 330 degrees. Okay, 7 Golf, turn right heading 330 degrees.
17.5, and it's climb straight ahead, 5 miles from the VR, 5 miles right into Kia's holes, kind of 5,000. That's it, performance then, we'd redo the performance, but for this runway, we'll keep it around the same, slightly longer runway, we're going to go flat 30 on a break 3, we'll take the first high speed exit to vacate.
1 Hotel Juliet, enter the hold Echo Golf November as published.
Entering, holding Echo Golf November as published, just on 8, 1 Hotel Juliet.
We can anticipate it as well.
Over GM629, Athens arrival identified, proceed direct
So
Echo
hold,
Golf
next
November,
holds,
enter the hold
Echo Golf November,
as published.
it is
Direct Echo Golf November, enter hold Echo Golf November.
108 left-hand turns.
Arrival 202, proceed direct Kilo Echo Alpha, enter the hold
It's already there, that 108 left coded, 1 minute executed.
Direct Kilo Echo Alpha, hold
Should be 105 in this line.
Taro 735, turn left heading 080.
Standing 080, Taco
So we can
735.
bring the speed all the way
Alright,
back.
okay, Golf Sierra Delta Charlie Lima to flight 170.
Golf Sierra Delta Charlie Lima, Athens arrival, clear Dropbox 1
There we
Papa
go.
arrival, proceed direct Kilo Echo Alpha.
Dropbox 1 Papa arrival, direct Kilo Echo Papa.
There's a TA.
Golf Charlie.
Aircraft descending straight towards us.
Delta level 2 Charlie. Flight level 270.
It's probably BNRA in real life.
631 Athens arrival identified, hello, descent flight level
One of the
150.
factor, we stopped descending this one.
Level 150 GM631.
GM631 direct
So
Delta Delta Mike.
We've
enter
not
the
been
hold
told
Delta Mike
to
as
hold
published.
yet. I put it in because I'm pretty likely we're going to get it. And we're told to expect ILS to do 03 right.
61 identified, hello, proceed direct Echo Golf
Lars, I heard
November,
you, yep.
enter the hold as
Okay.
published Echo Golf November.
Jamlin, fixed wings from 0 speed right. I think I probably wrote that before I changed it, but yeah, I got them in.
781 Hotel Juliet, descent flight level 130.
Same flight level 130, Austin 8.
Who's holding here then?
Athena arrivals good, evening speedbird.
Look at this, what echoed else to myself.
Level 232.
Is that a couple of aircraft in the hold? So I don't know.
636 Athens arrival identified, information Delta.
ZIBO mod is flawless at holding, by the way. It enters parallel, direct, offset as needed, holds at the correct speed. Well, obviously not speed. So yeah, you don't really want to use VNAV in a hold. Just use it for once. The VNAV pops out the window now if you're holding.
Shooting to get a sector 134.325.
Airplane at max, not yet, Bone King 1.
Carlo Curayo.
Alpaca 87 Golf, descent altitude 6,000.
Descent altitude 6,000, Alpaca 87 Golf.
Carlo 735,
direct, about to enter the hold as well, I think. Look at that.
Speedbird 36 Victor Alpha, descent altitude 6,000 feet, QNH 1011.
Descent 6,000 feet, QNH 1011, Speedbird 36.
So busy. It's been a while since we've done a proper busy VATSIM event. Alpaca 16 Victor Golf entering the hold at Echo Golf, Echo Golf, remember, 170.
Radar, Alpaca 1 Juliet Mike entering the hold at Kilo Echo Alpha.
Okay, 1 Juliet Mike, copy.
There's us.
Alpaca 87 Golf, we've got traffic on our TCAS.
So yeah, if you've got traffic on your TCAS, you don't tell ATC unless it's a TCAS RA. They
050 Alpaca 87 Golf.
unless you might have got an RA. So it looks like he's doing a parallel entry by the looks of it. Coming in from the north with that, yeah.
The 737 Athens arrival, hello, identified, direct.
So we've got the MPS scales on today.
This
This provides guidance laterally and vertically on the PFD as well. And it shows the glide slope and localizer as a white diamond until you capture. Look at the sun setting. Beautiful.
That was good.
Athena arrival 1 Alpaca Mike Golf Sierra.
Lee Russell, yeah, so ATC hasn't actually spoken to me. How would you tell him again in real life? Now, this level of traffic entering a hold simultaneously wouldn't be my role controller, so I'm giving him a break, because I know that's what he wanted. But no, I would keep advising ATC, Lee. I would have kept going in real life. Athena Radar, we're approaching Echo Golf November, standing by for, standing by what he wants us to do. In reality, it wouldn't get to the stage where we've had no contact. We checked it, and all he said was just expect ILS to Series 3 right.
36 Victor Alpha, cancel Echo Golf November, holding, turn right heading 140.
Cancel hold, right heading 140 for Victor Alpha.
781 Hotel Juliet, descent
Because I don't think he'd be too impressed had we actually gone there and made a turn onto the approach, that's for sure. Will the aircraft ahead of us all?
7000 Greenwich, Hotel 11, Austin 81 Hotel Juliet.
Alpaca 16 Victor Golf, descent flight level 110.
Descent flight level 110, Alpaca 16 Victor Golf. So 110, so at least we know we're here, so 110. Oh no, we're just going to go VS. 1000, double VNAV.
Descent flight level 150.
1,000 feet saw the minimum rate of descent expected in a hold. Best hold speed is
holding, turn left heading
230. Best hold speed 209. Basically upside.
Alpaca Mike Golf Sierra, descending to flight level 170.
Flight level 170, name is Charlie, mission Delta.
Hello, Ryanair 631 Zulu, Athens arrival identified, direct Delta Mike, enter the hold Delta Mike as published.
Delta Mike, where's that?
Correct to Delta Mike, hold as published Delta Mike. Ryanair 631 Zulu.
Alpaca Mike Golf Sierra Athens arrival identified, information is Delta, ILS Zulu 03 right, proceed direct Kilo.
Plenty, can you confirm you set the localizer frequency, please? Just to check.
Kilo. Could you repeat, please?
1111. 1111. Speed.
Athena approaching over 838 last because of Charlie, flight level 250, request for...
You must have heard us, Lee. Absolutely. No, you good question. In reality, you'd always advise AC, look, what, standing by for intentions, you know, or that's what AC would ask a flight crew. But, you know, if you're approaching an initial approach fix, the standard default is, if there's published holding, is to enter the hold there. And usually on charts, I don't think it's the case here because it wouldn't be rare, but on busy airports, it might state on the arrival, if approaching initial approach fix, no further cruise is giving enter the hold there. So it's sort of a default to do.
338 descent altitude 6,000 feet, QNH1011.
Pilot Triss, do you find VNAV and the ZIBO very similar to the real aircraft with regards to headwinds, tailwinds, keeping on the thrust, and then taking into account deceleration? Yes, Pilot Triss, you won't find a better 7.3 with regards to VNAV, and when you enter the information in the FMS, when you enter the descent winds, you enter QNH, it'll calculate the decel points based on these speed restrictions, 250 below 100, any other restrictions, to try its best to maintain our path, and it does. You won't find anything that's as good. It's really good. It's not perfect, and again, the real aircraft isn't perfect either. Sometimes you put in the information and the VNAV does a crap job at trying to maintain speed of idle path descent. Sometimes it's perfect. Occasionally. Plainly, oops, sorry, I thought I saw 1110. No problem at all, Plainly. Always, if you're unsure on aviation, ask questions. Not sure. So, Plainly, I'll imagine you and my would have been correct there. You were told to expect the ILS, but of course, this wasn't a proper loss comp situation, really. Well, loss of comps varies from country to country, but it would be expected in most airports in Europe if approaching an initial approach fix. You haven't been cleared to enter the hold. Yeah, loss of comms. If you lose loss of comms, you continue to your destination, enter the holds, and then descend in the holds. But usually that's airport specific, and most airports. So 9,000 feet, QNH1011, company delay, Alpaca 16 Victor Golf, thank you. So 9,000 feet, QNH1011, 12,900, 9,000 feet. Stand by to 7 minutes, not bad at all.
2:35 minute delay, proceed direct echo golf,
yeah, Laura, that's true. Yeah, in America you've got these continued vectors, yeah, absolutely. It would hit something.
Just give me the direct please again.
There's not many airports in Europe like that. Copenhagen, Barcelona is now. Barcelona, Brussels, Laura Stream did freeze for me too, not sure if it was the in-up force form. Yeah, sometimes you can have a little freeze, all good my side. Got another TA look. But he's going to be 1,000 feet.
Heading 100 and direct code sign only 121 decimal 4 hours 10 8 1 Hotel Juliet.
Approach with equality for 903.
I wonder how many alpacas are actually flying today.
Arrival Cadillac. 0718 descent flight level 230.
So if you're a passenger, you're in the hold.
0839 descent flight level 240.
Oh, can't see it. I've just got a bit more above us.
Athens approach, good evening,
aircraft everywhere.
262, flight level 250.
God, I wish Microsoft Flight Sim had kind of fly like it. Look at that hold entry though, really nice. Parallel entry, now entering the holds.
Information test, I expect 03 left.
Really well done by the ATC.
Okay, 1 Juliet Mike, decent flight level
120. Bank angle 25, whoops.
Descent flight level 120, Alpaca 129.
Two tons, Edo, off skate, and yourself are flying in to Athens. I heard 2 tons from Rome. Edo mentioned. How are you getting on? Are you almost overhead? There's 11 inbound alpacas, very cool.
38, vectoring ILS Zulu 03 right, contact direct or call sign only 121 decimal 4. Bye bye.
121 decimal 4, vectoring heavy. Really, thank you very much.
0839, descend level 240.
So busy.
Descending 240, 0839.
So we've got 5.2 tons of fuel. Reserves 2.9.
Enter the hold, Kilo Echo Alpha.
So we've got at least 45 minutes before we need to divert, really. Look at them. Stunning, isn't it? Lifetime at the moment. 2 tons are about 30 minutes behind next to the hold. Uh-oh.
Descend 7,000 feet, Alpaca 3 Echo.
Alpaca 3 Echo, cancel Echo Golf, November holding, turn left heading 120 degrees.
Cancel holding.
10,000, 9,000. Let's do the post-cruise checks. Fuel, 4 pumps, 5-2 on board.
Down 0228.
Lights are on, low go. Angle of bank, 25 degrees, pressurization 3.2 sets.
0228, descent flight level 200.
There we are. Post cruise checks
Alpaca 1 Echo Delta, descent flight level 140.
Descent flight level 140, Alpaca 1 Echo Delta.
AC, Cabras, do you have any tricks of holding entries? Now, I remember using the RMI and then used to do the 30 degree, 70 degree clock method. But generally these days, well, very fortunate. Someone asked in, when I was doing my SFI question, I just said LNAV. Very fortunate to have that system. But generally, I look at the chart pictorially, and you can see some of that entry. It's right between an offset and a parallel. I mean, really, if you're manually having to enter the hold there, it wouldn't matter if you did either. But if you're sort of coming on the parallel side at this angle, do your parallel entry. If it's from the opposite entry, you do a direct. And if it's from that entry, you do your offset. That's usually in relation to that. But this, I vaguely remember the 70-30. Very lucky to have it. Yeah, exactly, T-bomb entry, whatever the FMS is.
38 Echo, vectoring KL Zulu 03 left, contact direct on call sign only 121.4, bye-bye.
Interview thing.
Call sign only 121.4, Alpaca 3 Echo Zulu.
Alpaca 16 Victor Golf, descent altitude 7,000.
Descent 7,000 feet, Alpaca 16 Victor Golf. 7,000 feet.
Alpaca 16 Victor Golf, turn left heading 120 degrees, vectoring KL Zulu 03 left.
Left 120 degrees, and vectors for now 03 left, Alpaca 16 Victor Golf. Alright. Heading select, back to 03 left. That sounds a bit sure earlier, you know. So, firstly, back to 03 left. Same transition, executes. Let's have a look at the FMS. FMS still thinks we're holding, so what we're going to do is just route direct to the Echo Golf November 14 points. And execute. That's the only way really to exit the hold unless you officially use the exit hold mode. Very low on profile as expected. So I'm just going to go 500 feet per minute. Now we'll accelerate back to 250 knots. Well, it's not any knots. 121.4, call sign only. Alpaca 16 Victor Golf, bye. Athena direct, Calispera, Alpaca 16 Victor Golf.
Alpaca 16 Victor Golf, stand by.
Perfect. Back to 03 left then. I knew I should have changed it. But, 1105. Just remember frequencies, courses, which are the same, minimums, 455, and fixed rings. Frequencies, courses, minimums, fixed rings.
16 Victor Golf, maintain present heading, descend 6,000 feet, runway 03.
Descend 6,000 feet on present heading, and expecting runway 03 left. Any speed?
6 Victor Golf, negative at this stage.
Gotcha. We'll just maintain 230 then. So, 03 left.
38, go left heading 090.
Left 090, Alpaca 3 Echo.
Entering cloud, but it's 11 degrees. Don't need any engine exhaust. There we are. So yeah, don't forget frequencies. If you get runway changes, frequencies, courses, minimums, fixed rings, you then rebrief the chart and then redo your landing performance, and that's pretty much, and the missed approach. That's pretty much all you need to do. Now we've already covered the landing performance. It's the one we briefed first. So the runway we were initially expecting. And you just make sure the FMS is all in. So we've done everything. We briefed the approach already. Just need to reselect the charts.
1 Hotel Juliet, contact Aro 11865.
11865, first and 81 Hotel Juliet.
03 left, final approach. Oh yeah, the minimum's 455. It did change. Perfect. That's it. James Dammer stuck ahead of me. Stuck ahead of you on the runway. Cheeky, cheeky. So yeah, you can just update the FMS. You can create waypoints if you wish. I'm just going to simply go to the legs page and keep updating to this waypoint here. We'll just maintain the CDA. I've just selected vertical speed 500 feet per minute.
16 Victor Golf, left heading 100, descend 4,000.
Left 100 degrees, descend 4,000 feet. Out back at 16 Victor Golf. So 4,000 sets. Hotel VNAV, we're doing 230. Execute. There we are. So that VNAV path profile now is based on 230 knots. Decel point is here. Looking good. Right, let's just do the approach checklist here. So frequencies, we've clarified we've got the ILS frequency, the correct one now, which is 1105. Range rings we've got in from 03 left, 10-4. Idents, we're just waiting for. Let's explain the idents pretty much. 10 miles. Arm the approach. And of course 032, 032. Oh look, the idents have just come alive now. We're looking for India Alpha Tango Lima. We've got the wrong ident at the moment. So yeah, that's classic X-plane. It always picks up something there. So the ident we want for 03 left is India Alpha Tango Lima. If you get the wrong ident, can't fly it. Need to make sure we have that one there. So just keep an eye on that. Do the approach checklist. I'm about to sneeze.
Approach checklist. Altimeters and instruments.
Set and cross-checked.
Set and cross-checked.
Approach aids.
So they're not... Will satisfy the checklist.
Checked and set.
Approach checklist complete.
But it's not actually the correct ident. So this is with the MPS scales. You still have your guidance for LNAV and VNAV, which is the magenta little diamond. You see how the VNAV profile's coming in? But look how it's there as well. The little white diamond is your glide slope, and this white diamond is the localizer. And there we are, we've got the correct ident now, like India Alpha Tango Lima. So we can select VNAV, retard VNAV path, and look how the glide slope is. So you have to look through with the MPS scales. Lars, departed behind you, landing before you. Business as usual. I didn't request anything. I didn't request anything. Let's keep updating that path, looking good. The VNAV on this aircraft is superb.
Sierra Delta Charlie Lima, hello, right heading 320, descend 5,000 feet, runway 03 right.
Right 320, descend 5,000, go Charlie Lima.
And definitely increasing the workload, I know, Javelin. Busy.
Okay, 16 Victor Golf, left heading 065, cleared ILS, runway 03 left.
Left heading 065 degrees on that heading, cleared 03 left, out back at 16 Victor Golf. Perfect. VNAV is being flawless, the ZIBO mod is being flawless. It's just, look at it holding there, it's perfect. It looks a bit messy, but that's because the entry it did. That's exactly how it would look in real life. This version of ZIBO mod is, yeah, just the latest public version. 352.4 is ready for testing from ZIBO. There we are, so we're approaching the decel point. We've been cleared approach, correct sensing.
Director, hello, Agent 629er.
Alarm approach. I'm now going to go vertical speed.
That's gonna go.
And I'm just going to use VS to position myself onto the glide slope. I'm just going to request further descent as well.
200, Agent 629er.
Down back at 16 Victor Golf, request further descent as well.
Okay, 16 Victor Golf, descend 3,000 feet on the glide.
And descend 3,000 feet further on the glide, out back at 16 Victor Golf. So the reason I did that, it just prevents us levelling off at 4,000 feet prior to glide slope capture. That's probably his minimum radar altitude. So there's the white diamond with the MPS scales. We're going to use the vertical speed. My members will know this. What's the saying? VS to what? What do we do with teacher in line training? VS to what? There you are. Localizer glide slope capture. Double penetration 032. Missed approach altitude. 5,000 feet is set. And go flaps one.
Charlie Lima, descend 3,000 feet.
VS to finesse. Excellent work.
Charlie Lima, descend 3,000 feet.
Flat 1, flat 5. Alpaca 16 Victor Golf fully established.
16 Victor Golf, contact tower 11865, good day.
Tower on frequency 118625. Alpaca 16 Victor Golf, bye.
Vienna 629 and left.
Speed's slowly coming back. You could use flat 10 to assist with the deceleration, but we're at 10 miles and it's slowly going back with flat 5, so a bit more vicious. Flying like poetry, thanks babe. Tower, Calispero, Alpaca 16 Victor Golf established, ILS Zulu 03, left 10 miles.
Alpaca 16 Victor Golf, Athens Fly-In, hello. Continue approach the runway 0 to left.
Continue approach, Alpaca 16 Victor Golf. Fortunately, well, it's very quiet on the approach. I thought there'd be more aircraft there.
2500.
Terrain's all noted. Maybe they're giving me some sort of crazy priority in spacing, I don't know. Fly 250 to the marker like Southwest. It's possible, if you're level, if you're at 5 miles at 250 you can get it in. You have to like literally get the gear and flaps straight away speed brake. But IK recommended speeds is what we tried to follow. Right, music's off. I'm going to configure a little bit earlier and do the landing checklist as well, because I would like to hand fly. Why not? Disconnecting auto throttle, disconnecting autopilot. I'll take the gear down. Flat 15, match speeds. Landing checklist to the flaps.
Landing checklist. Start switches.
Continuous.
Recall.
Checked.
Speed brake.
Armed green light.
Flat 30.
Landing gear.
Down 3 greens.
Auto brake.
Auto brake 3 set.
Flaps.
Flaps 30 set. Green light.
Landing lights.
On.
Landing checklist complete.
Perfect. We're just waiting for our landing clearance.
Alpaca 16 Victor Golf, clear to land, runway 03 left, wind is variable at 3 knots.
Way 03 left, clear to land. Alpaca 16 Victor.
1,000 feet, stabilize.
Getting low and slow here. I was too busy listening to my landing clearance, so getting straight back above VREF.
4175 Alpaca 3 left.
And once you're back on that glide slope, target about 1 degree at about this gross rate, about 57% for flat 30. There we are. I was too busy trying to get my landing clearance in. There we are. So now we're all stable. We need to be stabilised by 500 feet AGL. So
approaching
on glide.
03 left.
Checked. On glide, on localizer, speed VREF to VREF plus 20. Looking good. Wind's light and variable. No excuses. This is the lovely fly Tampa scenery for Athens.
400.
Checked.
Target Golf Sierra Delta Charlie Lima, 5 mile final 3 right.
200.
Golf Sierra Delta Charlie Lima, Athens Star, hello, continue approach 03 right, gear number 1.
Minimum.
Continue.
100. Approach 03 right, Golf Charlie Lima.
Keep descending.
50. 40. 30.
Check.
20.
Close.
10.
Hold the attitude. A little bit off the centre line. Oh. Speed breaks up from versus. No bogey today. 100. I missed that exit though. 80 knots, manual braking. 60 knots. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Athena with a minus 60 butter. Get in.
5,000 feet remaining.
Perfect. Feet? Not in America. Meters, please. There we are, vacated. And it was at Alpha 10. Alpaca 16 Victor Golf, vacated Alpha 10, taxi onto Alpha.
Alpaca 16 Victor Golf, welcome to Athens, contact Athens ground 11.750.
11750, Alpaca 16 Victor Golf, thanks, the ATC of him was excellent, bye bye. It was really good. The ATC was amazing. I was expecting a lot more of a delay than that. Butter slippers. Butter slippers is functional. Hey, I'm wearing my butter slippers today. I'm not showing them to you.
118.625.
118.62568. Thank you and good evening.
Sure, thanks for your
This is round 2. Repeat departure for Italy 3435.
3435, call you back. Lufthansa 55 Echo, contact Venezuela
So we're just
Tower.
going to go Alpha, just hold short of Alpha 9 in case he wants us to go left there.
118.625, Lufthansa 55 Echo, bye bye, have a nice day.
Alright, thank you. Data 3435, you are clear to Rome Fiumicino as filed. Go
back to
to
Rome.
departure, runway 03 right, initial climb 7000, squawk 7211.
Busy, busy.
Destination Rome Fiumicino, the goal to 2
I'll look at some of these comments after we've got our taxi
initial
instructions,
climb
guys.
7000 feet and squawk 6211. Confirm squawk 7211 because I think 7211 is only for visual the traffic.
No sir, the squawk is 7211 for data 13435, squawk 7211.
Roger, copy, squawk 7211.
Ground hello, it's Alpaca 16 Victor Golf, vacated 03 left, we're on the Alpha taxiway.
Alpaca 16 Victor Golf, thank you for your patience. Continue on Alpha Hotel for Alpha 35.
Alpha Hotel for Alpha 35, Alpaca 16 Victor Golf, no problem at all. Perfect, so we're going to go in a straight line, there's Hotel, and then from Hotel we'll take stand 35. There it is. Hopefully I won't get lost. I've already done the cleanup. I'm on a roll today. Superb. Well, I hope you enjoyed that flight, guys. It was really nicely done. It's been these big VATSIM events. Traffic on final there. Look, 1, 2. Superb. Sometimes these big VATSIM events, they can just be absolutely crazy. I mean, we've done them in the past and we've had to hold for an hour. 45 minutes, the holding we had to do. I hope I didn't get any sort of weird priority. I always hate that. I did seem to jump the queue with certain people, sort of a couple of the members mentioned it, but it was really well done. AT was professional as ever, and as I must stress to you, and I do genuinely mean this, it is difficult to differentiate between what we do in real life every day, flying on the line, and the simulators. They're that realistic, especially these busy VATSIM events. And if you get a decent add-on as well, it's just great. There's Hotel.
Brita 234, you are clear to the holding point.
So guys, yeah, if you want to stay up to date with VATSIM events, check out the VATSIM events website. They have loads of events there. I've never used IVAO, but I'm sure IVAO is just as good. You know, if I stick with one, just because I've always just used VATSIM, but there's loads of great online AT networks as well. Be sure to check them all out. Boo, that taxi route's too easy, said Plainly. That's fine by me.
Alpaca 38 Echo, please make that right turn on Charlie. Then it's going to be Juliet for Bravo 30.
Lovely butter. It's a little bit off the centre line now. It's a little bit right of centre line.
Bravo 30, Alpaca 38 Echo.
Crossing the bridge. Oh dear. Loaded that sass a little bit tail happy. Whoops.
Front 87 Alpha, I'll call you right back.
Ground good day, Golf Sierra Delta Charlie, vacated 3 right, targeted GA.
And Golf Sierra Delta Charlie Echo Lima, actually I'm sorry about that, continue on Delta. Then you can see Delta 9 to the general aviation inlet.
This requires a custom ortho tile, but because we're landing at night, I didn't actually do one.
234, give way to the Challenger on Delta 9.
So looking for Alpha 35, Alpha 39. SAS, this is fine. Alpha 37.
Alpaca 16 Victor Golf, Venezuela Square.
Oh! A little bit hot on to stand there. There's Alpha 35. Oh, look at that. Can't teach that.
KLM 721, you are clear to taxi to hold 103 right, Echo, Delta 6, and Delta.
Master caution ELEC, with the source offline.
Condor 8, Foxtrot Sierra, you are cleared for pushback facing east on Hotel.
Pushback 4 facing east Hotel, good night, Hotel, thanks.
5 meters. Come on, come on. Don't. Oh, come on. Come on. No! I had to add a bit of thrust. I've done that in real life as well. There we are. Excellent. Parking brakes set. 2 blues, 1 red. Engines on. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Athens from Vienna. That was a superb group flight organised by the VATSIM Virtual Airlines people. We'll do a transit setup. Unfortunately, can't do both sectors today. Open that, so we'll get some APU bleed on as well. Anti-collision light off. Voice recorders on. Superb. We'll read the checklist as well, see the average touch. And there's the SAS, the tippy SAS. Actually, it's something you've got to be wary of, especially using air bridges. If everyone gets off the front very quickly, and you've got passengers at the rear of the aircraft still, the chance of tipping, risk of tipping increases. So you've got to be a bit careful with that. And actually, we have an SOP which stipulates where if the pilot monitoring's outside and notices the nose wheel's extending, he actually taps on the side of the fuselage. So whoever's on board the aircraft, they can actually stop disembarkation. That allows all the passengers to move forward to shift the centre of gravity to the front.
Echo Zulu Sierra 1422. I do not see it. Did you file a flight plan?
Let's have a look at some of these comments then. Southwest uses tail stands for that reason. There you go. Even on the 700s? Maybe they only have 700 don't they? We don't use them, but I don't think I've had any tipping instances. Officer R, what time will the ATC go off? I think it's for a while, this event. 1700 till 2000. We're sort of landed in the middle of it. But it's all on the VATSIM events page. Oh, there you go. Sim 737 part 1900 Zulu. Oh, so about an hour and 20 minutes. What's the name of the plug in the top of your screen? Luigi, that is this one here. It is the Fly Live overlay, which I'm using there. Can't teach that. That's my favourite saying. They didn't balance the meatballs evenly, said Steve. What's this? SAS, this is fine. I saw that. Yes, boss. Yeah, I've got an early flight tomorrow. Unfortunately, so no return sector. I was expecting. I was ready to. I thought it to be holding now. You know, it was 10-minute delay max. It was great. Can't believe it's not butter. It was great. It's minus 60. Oh, you guys will be happy. Excellent. Lots of butter emojis. Great. Made Jack proud, says Steve M. Outrageous. Boga operations are in effect. You know what? Because we didn't get much holding, I was prepared to boga. But I don't. Had it actually happened? Maybe not. I don't know. I'm getting good. You see. It's been a while since I had a nice minus 60 though. Mohammed, hello Captain, been wondering how base training is like. Since you're a captain, could you explain how it's done and how it is? Mohammed, the best way to explain that is with my tutorial. I have a base training video. If you type in 737 pilot base training FSX or PMDG, you'll find the video, and that is exactly how base training's done. I used to teach it in the simulator when I was on SFI. It's a good way for you guys to actually practice manual handling if you want to get multiple takeoffs and landing stuff. Haven't done one. It was in the PMDG we did that was ages ago. The way the engines stick forward in the 7.3 classic engine make them prone to tipping back. Yes. I mean 800's only really going to tip if you've got no one at the front and everyone's stood at the back. It's still very unlikely to happen, but we have that SOP in place. Awesome stuff then, guys. Well, we'll log off a VATSIM. Amazing VATSIM events, as they always are. There's all the background plane noises off as well. Amazing in Vienna. Very busy, and they had no problem coordinating any of the traffic as well. I'm just going to disconnect that more for the replay. Otherwise, we're going to have the door open and everything. There's the door closing. So yeah, don't forget to check out the VATSIM events. Weekends are always much busier than the week, and I'm very glad that we took part in this one. Cheers, Steve. Glad you enjoyed it. Any problems getting into the Discord, send me an email. We'll get you all sorted. Should work all automatically. If you new member that joined, we had quite a few new members joined today, I think 2 or 3. So if you type in Google Discord, YouTube synchronization, follow the steps there. That will get you in. Sweet. So I'll turn down the music here, and we'll go straight to the funky replay music because I need to get ready for work tomorrow, guys. There we go. Right, let's pop ourselves back into the cockpit. The wind was perfect. It was light variable winds. Just a little off centre line. But not too bad. A little bit of light left as well. Let's crank up the old volume because it does sound almighty in the ZIBO mod when you get a flyer like this. Matt Boom says, okay. What mod is the jetway? Sam. It's called, I think it's, yeah, AutoGate or Sam, something like that. Thanks for the love heart, Sui. You're doing well. Thanks for the thumbs up, Avish. Yes. Rotate can take a leaf out of audio Burnix book. Oh, look at this for timing. Oh, yes. Oh, nearly. I was about 2 seconds short. Yeah, so it was nice. It was actually quite good. Didn't float too long. Again, X-Plane 11 likes to accentuate the ground effect. Well within the touchdown zone. D-Science, how's the settings maxed out? Pretty much D-Science. Still get those FPS spikes with the gear smoke. That was wonderful. From the tower's perspective. Aaron, have ignored them whilst watching the stream. No, I'm not sure what you're referring to there. Lovely. Looks epic. Even at night time, you can't see much. It's great. Anytime, Dom. No Mosina. Thanks for moderating as usual, buddy. Appreciate it. Well then, let's pop you back into the cabin view. Just turn down these noise slightly. Excellent. Well then, as ever guys, thank you very much for popping into another Flight Deck Sim live stream on this Saturday Easter weekend. It's been great fun. Thank you to all the VATSIM controllers for the amazing agency, for everyone that joined in on the sector. Thank you so much for taking part, flying Alpaca Airways. That was great. And I always hear Alpaca Airways, you're always so professional and you always do a great job as well. So thank you very much for supporting the unofficial virtual airline. As ever, to anyone that donated, thank you very much for your generosity. That was very much appreciated. Don't ever feel required to give me that generosity. I'll always do my best to read as many comments as possible, especially when the quieter phases like the cruise. To all the members, thank you so much for the continued support. To all the regular viewers and subscribers, as ever, thank you so much. Really do appreciate it. If you did like the video, don't forget to like it, subscribe if you want to stay up to date with the latest content. It's my last day off work today, coming up to a full block of flying, guys, so it won't be until Wednesday, Thursday next week. And I've got my members group flight to finish organising. AC's all sorted for that, so it'll be probably next public stream next weekend at least. I've been itching to do something on the gaming channel because that channel's been really deserted, but it's always Flight Deck Sim that comes first. Thank you very much, Runov. Great stream. Matt Hayes, thanks. You're always welcome. B737 pilot. Hug Jack, I will do. Guys, enjoy the rest of your Easter weekend. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you all soon. Cheerio.